Good afternoon, everybody. How are we all doing? Welcome in. Happy Sunday. I am so very glad to have you here. Nobu, Summer, anybody else who's hanging out and lurking, it is fantastic to have you here. And we are very soon going to be returning to the world of Disco Elysium. Before that, I did just want to mention Cahill is doing a 12-hour. Thank you for the dude, Summer. Kale is doing a 12-hour Sea of Thieves stream. So, if you can, just give him some love. He's probably pretty tired around now, given that he's 7 hours in. Maybe not even that much. A 12-hour doot is what would happen if I tried that fight in the thing. Because I'm bad at that game. But it is time. It is time to return to what remains one of my favorite games ever. And a game I'm so happy to be playing a second time. I also have no memory of what I'm doing. Oh. Speak to the assault victim. Yeah. That's something I have to do. Oh no. Close the water lock on Wednesday, I can't do yet. Get 2 signatures for Everard, that's across the river, can't do yet. Smoker on the balcony, I can only do after 9 p.m. Find the traffic hooligan. Should find the vehicle first. Replace the lust bull. I can't do because I sold the thing that I think would have fitted that. Which sucks. Oh well. I forgot that I'm pantsless. I'm very pleased to be pantsless, but I did forget. So yeah, let's go speak to the assault victim. It's the best thing to do at the moment. I'd forgotten how miserable parts of this game are. Wait a second, it's day 3. It is Wednesday. Oh, I can open the waterlock today. I was wrong. And yes, Kim is back. It's very important to have Kim with us. Without Kim, is it really disco?
The door is closed.
Who is it?
Oh, the knock worked this time.
This is the police. Can we come in?
Come on up. The door is open. I'm drying my hair.
Tasia is a fantastic character.
Sounds like it's coming from upstairs somewhere. You could snoop around before going up.
That's a thought. Gonna stop running just for a moment. Hotel bill calculations. Look like she's had an extensive stay. Interesting. Piles of dirty clothes. A woman's. Well, that makes sense. She's a woman. You see the yard below. The corpse is no longer there. Yeah, we successfully did that. It's because of us.
The cabinet is full of wares. Sheets of pills, haphazardly stacked one on top of the other. There's also a toothbrush somewhere in there.
Let's take a look at that toothbrush.
It's been used quite a lot.
That's a good sign.
This toothbrush belongs to someone who doesn't give a damn about her teeth.
Why would you think that if it's being used? As in, used too much? Old should be replaced? That's a possibility.
Pharmaceuticals line the shelves. Sheet upon sheet of pill bottle next to pill bottle. Acetylic acid, APAP, eye drops, blood thinners.
There's quite a collection in here.
Anything of note?
Search the bottles.
Pill bottles rattle like bones as you search the cabinet. Paracetamol, histoperidol, something in a foreign language you can't read. Behind them, an unusually shaped nasal spray. Its label reads, Nacra.
What's Nacra?
An opioid receptor antagonist. It's used for diamorphine overdoses.
Ah. Okay.
You could say he's on the lookout.
Search the pill sheets.
Among some foreign, probably Messinian or Gotvaldian, marked red blister packs, you find. What do you find? This is going to take a little know-how.
Ooh, 92% chance. Is there something more interesting there?
A bright orange bottle with Preptide stamped on it, in sunny, happy letters. Jackpot, baby. That's the stuff you're looking for. Your palms begin to sweat just holding that little plastic container.
So exciting about this orange bottle.
It's speed, man. Just what you were looking for. They call it dextroamphetamine and talk about psychological disorders. But what we're seeing here is some scientifically advanced trucker speed.
So, as much as I am Himbo Cop, I am also trying to be a good cop. In this playthrough, more than my previous one, I'm trying not to drink when I can avoid it. I'm trying not to smoke when I can avoid it. And I'm definitely not taking speed. I am going to tell Kim about it. Lieutenant, I also see a brand called Preptide.
Preptide, a euphemism for pharmaceutical amphetamine. Prescription speed.
Prescription means... like, I've especially got no reason to take it then.
The fuck are you waiting for? Let's get super fucking preppy.
Electrochemistry, I'm not listening to you. Just get me... Please? Please, game? Thank you. I do want one day, Summer, to do a playthrough where I listen to electrochemistry, just be the worst person in the world. The bed has been hastily made.
This window is pristine on the inside, unlike the one next to it. Light from the desk lamp reflects off the glass in an untarnished golden halo.
Your finger across the surface of the glass.
Smooth as ice. There are spots of mud and rain on the outside, even smudges. But the surface of the window is clear from the inside. No chips, no hairline fractures.
Okay, so a new pane of glass.
Following your lead, the lieutenant leans in closer to inspect the surface.
Oh yeah, Summer, it's an awful idea. I still want to do it one day. My favorite thing about this game is how many ways there are to play it. And I feel like the drunk, constantly high investigator is certainly an interesting playthrough, if not a good one. This window was recently replaced.
Looks like it, yes.
That's all we can get for now. The smell of cigarette smoke in the air. Astra menthol. Look, a handful of dried white wildflowers.
Just as you look at the flowers, a gust of wind raises them from the roof, picking them up in the air.
Move your hand fast. Chat! Hand-eye communication is which? Coordination is... which? Motorics? Chat, I need your help. Can you boost my motorics? I want to catch the flowers. There's no reason to, but I really want to. So, I mean, this only works if you're on desktop. It doesn't even work on mobile. But if you could boost my motorics, I'd be super, super glad. I'll still roll terribly. I rolled 3 earlier. But that was a 92% chance, so it still worked. Hey! 72% chance. Not amazing. Still pretty solid.
The wind
Nope.
pushes them off the roof. They're gone.
I rolled another 3. I rolled twice today. And they've both been awful. So, this does not bode well. Cold coffee in an ashtray that looks like a hedgehog. I don't like ashtrays because I don't smoke, but an ashtray that looks like a hedgehog sounds really nice. One thing I just want to check. Do I have any advantages or disadvantages to my authority? It doesn't look like it, but could I get one? Because I feel like with Classia, authority is potentially useful. No, I'm not putting on pants. Doesn't look like I'm gonna get a lot of authority here. Nope. Okay. So I've got no disadvantages to authority, at least. I'm as good and or bad as I can be. And given that my authority is actually +5, which is really not bad. So, yeah. Let's see how it goes.
Welcome to the roof.
The young woman has a cigarette in one hand and a cup of coffee in the other.
Her hair is still slick from the shower. Below her silvery jumpsuit, an athletic young body, built long and lean.
I believe someone mentioned that she was a dancer, so it makes sense.
Toned over several years
Hey,
of
go!
self-training.
Mr. Pig!
Maluwu, welcome! Thank you so much for the raid. So, Malu, what on earth is neon white? I've never even heard of that. I mean, it's a good name for a game. But yeah, how was your stream? How are you enjoying it? So I've updated Buttsbox Word, and that's just wonderful. FPS speedrunning game where you are sinners killing demons to earn your way to heaven. Well, that seems cool, Malu. I wish I could have seen it. I had a busy morning, but yeah, it sounds rad. Yeah, I hope it was a good time. Really appreciate the raid.
I'm sorry for the mess down there. The cleaning lady hasn't come by in days. I'm beginning to wonder if she ever will.
Yeah, if the cleaning lady quit, it's because of me, so apologies in advance for that. Nice view you've got here.
It's much nicer now.
Came out recently. It has tight control and strong VO. Strong VO really, really matters, and I'm really glad they spent the effort to get that. Voice acting is still a field I'd love to get into, and it is so tough to break into. It's much nicer now. Her eyes wander north toward the yard. You mean now that there isn't a corpse hanging in it? Yes.
Where the dead body used to hang, clearly visible from the roof, but no longer.
Thank you for that, officers. Truly.
There is something in her light brown eyes, a sadness, when she thinks about the death of that man.
You mentioned a cleaning lady. I think I need one. Yeah, of course, Malu. Have good food.
Oh, yes. Legends of room number 1 have made their way around the building. They say a portal to hell has opened in there.
Oh. We can play it straight with either it has or no, I just trashed the place. Go really weird with Disco Infernum, the opposite of Disco Elysium. Or go apocalyptic with 3 or 4. Hell, you know not of which you speak, or there are vortices of dark energy present, but not to hell, to another place, a third place, much different from our world. And I'm gonna need chat to vote on this. Because they're all very good options. I did think that one would win. And I'm glad it did.
A third place? Interesting. That's probably why the cleaning lady quit.
Yeah, the vortices of dark energy. What, you're gonna Lysol that up?
I'm Kim Kitsuragi. I'm a detective from Precinct 57. I see you've already met my colleague.
I have. She
This
has.
does not come as good news to him.
Look, she saw me not wearing pants and looking for a cigarette. That... Kim, worse things have happened.
Have I ever? Have you grown accustomed to your role as a police officer?
I have very little idea of what I'm doing. No, Kim's here. I want to be nice to Kim. Once a cop, always a cop.
Like riding a cop-a-cycle.
Oh, I like her.
Miss, we are investigating the murder of the man down there. The people who put him there have asked us to talk to you.
Huh. I see.
She takes a pensive drag of her menthol cigarette.
Be careful. Ask something else first. When you go there, use words like, I hear you have been through something difficult.
That seems like a good suggestion.
No need to dilly-dally. She's tough.
Also true, but I think, given the situation, I want to take it a little bit slowly. I think I'll dilly-dally this time.
You sound like a namby-pamby.
That's fine, physical instrument. I want to be sensitive to an awful thing that happened to a person. What's your name, miss, for the record?
Clausier Amondou.
And where are you from?
Vredefort, Republic of Oranje.
I don't know what Aranya is, but I don't want that to be obvious. So how old are you? Kim can fill me in if necessary.
I'm 28.
What do you do, miss? What's your specialization?
Something stupid.
What's that?
Oranese lit.
Aranese lit?
Oranese literature. It's what I studied at the university.
What is Aranese literature about?
Fear of failure, fear of death, how it sucks to be Oranese. All national literatures are... Only the name of the nation changes.
Interesting perspective.
If that's true, then Revacholian lit would fit you like a glove.
It would. I don't need to see her passport. She is not... she's not a suspect. While she's a victim of a different crime, that's not the one we're currently investigating, and if we are, I still don't think we need to see the victim's passport. Arnie's lit. What do you do with it?
Nothing. I do nothing with it.
How do you make money then? Money is very important. Show her some money. Again, complete idiot.
It's not very cool, but what can you do?
Thank you. That's it, for the record.
The record. So official.
Nice room you've got here.
Yeah, it's pretty deluxe.
What are you doing here, in the whirling in rags?
I'm wintering.
How long have you been staying here?
About 4 months. I came in November.
Why here?
Here in the Whirling, here in Martinez, or here in Revachol?
In the whirling?
Because it's the funkiest building in Martinez. And because all the other buildings are bombed to hell.
You know what? That's valid. You have quite the collection of prescription drugs down there.
Thank you. I've put a lot of time and effort into it.
She says without any discernible irony.
Technically, possession of narcotics is legal in Revachol. but you should still reprimand her.
Narcomania is nothing to be proud of, miss. No. No. It's legal and I'm himbo. I don't care. No further questions.
I always heard you RCM guys were cool. You are.
That window is new.
It is.
She moves slightly to your left to check her reflection in it.
The lieutenant makes a note in his notebook.
Interesting. She's not providing any details. That's also perfectly valid, Summer.
He finds the answer unsatisfying.
Yeah, the answer is unsatisfying. I have other questions for you.
Okay.
Watching herself reflected in the bedroom window, tall and sparkling and draped in smoke.
They tell us you've been through something difficult.
Something difficult? I've been through at least half a dozen difficult things. Which one do you mean?
Were you sexually assaulted, miss?
By sexually assaulted, you mean raped?
I mean, yes, but that's more direct than I wanted to go for.
Yes.
It's a bit early in the morning for raped, isn't it?
Yes, hence my caution.
She sounds positively buoyant, vivacious, totally unbothered.
It's not that early.
She looks around. The sun has risen over the sea. People are rushing to work below.
It is. It's murderously early. I'm amazed I'm awake. Why am I even awake?
So, were you?
Yeah. I'm gonna go with not raped. I don't want to say that shit about him.
Interesting. That is an incredibly not direct answer, or at least not clear answer. Makes the whole situation a little bit muddy.
By him, she must mean the victim.
She must.
Tell them it's not my style. They'll have to, if they want to jazz up the charges, they'll have to get someone more, rapeable.
Interesting. So it sounds like she's saying that the Union boys just completely made it up as an excuse.
Are you saying that you were asked to tell us you were assaulted?
Not explicitly, but I understood what they meant. It wouldn't hurt to spice things up a bit. Some assault and battery. Sexual assault, maybe. It was clear the latter would be spicier.
Titus asked you to spice things up for us?
Pretty much.
Warming them. She must be very cold and exhausted of this life.
What did happen between you and the victim?
We partied.
Wait, partied. Where have I heard that before? I'm genuinely trying to remember. Because someone else used it relatively recently in-game. Yeah, honestly, Summer Classy is one of my favorite characters, but she has a hard life.
A lot of partying going on.
Yeah, that's fair.
From Titus, about her and Titus's relationship. That's where you heard.
Ah, that's true. Titus did talk about partying with her. What kind of partying? Point to your bloated face. The kind I do?
With all due respect, sir, I think we partied a little harder than that.
Harder than this? Keep pointing to your face. I didn't know it was physically possible.
Oh, it is. You're still alive.
You know, that's actually valid. Although not for lack of trying.
What did you do when you partied?
We drank, sir. A lot. For weeks, basically. We had that effect on each other. We made each other drink harder. That's why I liked him.
What else?
Stimulants. Speed also has that effect, making you drink harder. And then drinking harder makes you do more speed. It's quite the combination. We also had sex.
Whoa. After so much drinking and drugs, how did they manage it?
The thing is, that's clearly completely consensual. So, yeah, I think, at least from what she said, nothing there is assault. Hold on. After so much drinking and drugs, how?
Untraditionally, officer.
She puts out her astra but lights another one with its end first. Ah, chain smoking.
Your imagination starts whirring, whether you want it to or not.
Were feelings involved?
A little. The drugs were good enough, and we did enough of them.
How did you two meet?
Lieutenant's voice is quiet, calm.
Downstairs, at the bar. He was on some sort of assignment. A military man, as you probably know. Had a cool, scary scar.
When was this?
A month ago? Something like that.
It must have been hard for you seeing him there.
Oh, yes. I've had a great view. From the roof, out of the bathroom window, in my dreams.
Oh, mood, I saw him in my dreams too.
A bitter cringe. It hurts. You look to the lieutenant.
You called us, the RCM.
Ah, so it was her.
Yes.
The call reporting the hanging, that was you?
I made it. And I would appreciate it if you didn't tell everyone. In Martinez, they call it snitching.
Yeah, I wouldn't tell anyone.
Reporting crimes is confidential in Ravachol, miss.
The caller's voice was disguised. No one will know.
I didn't exactly disguise it. I just muffled the mic and nicked the landline a little.
Nicked it, how?
With nail clippers. And I diverted some radio fuzz into it. Into the cold wire.
That's honestly very impressive.
Which landline?
The one downstairs, officer. I used the whirling landline.
That's some clever tampering. Simple and clever. Crossing the lines like that.
Seems like you had some idea. That was nifty.
Thanks.
Why go through all the trouble?
I don't know, sir. It was stupid. I was drunk, too. I was probably afraid the Union was listening in. Locals say they have ears in the wires.
Yeah, that's probably accurate. And it's probably smart not to mess with Titus and the boys.
Thank you for making the call, miss. It was the right thing to do.
I didn't want to, sir. But if I hadn't, he'd still be hanging there.
Yeah. What can you tell me about him? Name, eyes, age?
I'm sorry, I can't do it. Not right now.
Okay.
Later, maybe. I keep seeing him. Like he is now. I can't talk about his, I don't know, hair.
Another puff, more nervous.
I know it's difficult, miss. We can return to it later.
Just want to see what later means. Ask a little later when she's connected herself. Okay, nothing specific.
She meant she sees him in her dreams.
I've also seen him in a dream. I mean, I don't have a himbo option, so I guess I'm going the mystic option.
You have? Not like I do, I imagine.
You probably not, given that I've had sex with him 0 times.
She sees them in each other's arms.
You're in each other's arms.
Yes. And then he's dead. His mouth agape.
She looks into the light green pack of cigarettes and pulls out another one, preparing to light it.
Agape, ready to catch a bullet. A coincidence. Make a note and return to it later.
Better conclude this part of our talk.
Oh, yes.
What did they hang him for, if not for rape?
He had something to do with the strike. One has been roiling since I got here. Rotten timing. But you probably know all about it.
He was a hired bodyguard for Wild Pines.
And his role in this strike was what?
I think he was in a security detail. He was ex-military, worked for Wild Pines, and against the Union. We didn't discuss work much, if you know what I mean. But I understood it was dangerous.
That makes sense.
And they lynched him for it?
She nods.
Why was there a bullet in his head?
Bullet? They shot him too? They stripped his clothes and they shot him?
The thing is, I don't think they did.
You mean after they hanged him?
I'm confused, sorry.
So am I. Were you aware that he had also been shot, miss?
Things are starting to go a little over my head here. I thought he was hanged. I was not present when they did it. I don't know what happened. I just know what they told me. And Sylvie, the bartender.
Yeah, Sylvie we haven't really heard from.
It's hard to know what to think about that answer.
Logic failure. No real surprise, my logic is awful.
She's just tired. Don't push her too much.
How do the Hardy Boys know you?
They're frequent guests. Downstairs, they have a booth for union members. They're probably down there now.
And how did you meet?
Over drinks. It's been a long, boring winter.
Did you party?
A little, yeah.
Like you partied with the deceased?
No, not as hard.
Sounds fair.
I'm sorry to have to ask this, but have you had a physical relationship with any of the Hardy Boys?
I suspect the answer is yes, and I expect the answer is Titus.
I have.
Which one?
Which ones, sir? I
Ah,
don't remember precisely. Titus, obviously. But as I said, it's been a long winter.
yeah, that's fair. Thank you for telling us all of this, miss.
She breathes a silvery sigh of relief and weariness. The air on the roof feels humid.
Should we head by downstairs, officer? We may have things to discuss there.
Yeah, I think let's leave her for now. We can discuss other things later. What's this
The
door?
same small, heavy door. No lock in sight. It's
Push.
barred from the inside. You hear the bar rattle in the brackets.
I just want to check this door before I talk to Kim.
Sounds like it's heavy, too. Very sturdy.
Where does this lead to?
I don't know.
He makes a note. Interesting.
It is not the first closed door we found in this building. There is also your mysterious blue kitchen door.
Wonder if they're connected. You think it's important?
I don't know. The further we get, the more this building seems to be tied to the case.
You're not wrong, Kim.
Below, the hostel cafeteria creaks and groans under your added weight. A skeleton of composite support beams and cantilevers.
Tap on the roof with your foot.
A dull thump. Somewhere inside, a wind brace rattles from the imperceptible motion of the building.
The vigilantes, the cadaver, and a number of people connected to the case are in or around this building. This door is part of it. It's not unimportant.
Chat, I'm gonna need your help. There's no way I'm gonna pull this off, but I'm still gonna need your help. Physical instrument is physique? Yeah. I could boost it even further. But not yet. Chat, please. Boost my is it wait, it is physique? It is physique. Please boost my physique so I can kick this door in and not break my foot. Even with the boost, I'm probably going to break my foot. And I accept that. It's the natural consequences of my actions. Yep.
You kick it, gung-ho style. Entering the premises style. But the door fails to respect the force. All you hear is the bar rattling inside, laughing at you.
You know, that's not the right way to kick in a door, but it was funny to watch.
All right, let's trash the place.
That's not the plan.
It's not.
Your foot is ready to explode and punish this object.
Disrespecting the Force? Kick the door again.
This kind of stuff would hurt, if not for you not caring about little things like that. The door receives a thorough disciplining, and it doesn't even hurt.
Oh, I healed it. I healed the 1 damage back by kicking the door again and not caring about the pain. This game is amazing.
Suck on that door.
Oh, this game is incredible.
Bent metal, broken glass. Your path lies strewn with the broken forms of everyday objects. You are the destroyer, the bane of inanimate matter.
I have destroyed several things. Gaze upon me, stuff, and despair.
Kudos.
New thought? Anti-object task force? Oh, I have to see this. Take a look at your hands. See how bruised they are? See those little scars? This is Exhibit A. The material world is holding you back. Containers, mailboxes, doors, chairs, they are all your enemies. Always have been. Atoms themselves are in on the conspiracy, forming shapes and structures that you hate. You are energy stuck in a body. You are spirit trapped in matter. Break free. Beat up that lamppost. Let it know just how much objects suck. This is a thought I've never experienced. I have to. I have to. I'm so excited. So I get temporary minus 2 pain threshold, but I wonder what the long-term effect will be. Oh, I'm very excited. Let's talk to Kim.
Looks like we have more to discuss with those so-called Hardy Boys. Half their reasoning just went out the window.
You think this will make them cooperate?
Nothing will make them respect the RCM, but it will disrupt the game they prepared for us. We just stripped off one layer of whatever it is. Her decision to not corroborate their story was definitely not part of the plan.
Why did she tell us all of that?
What else could she have done? Lie? She saw there was no way to lie and get away with it.
I'm not sure she had to lie. I wouldn't have known.
If not you, then me. It was a smart move from her.
She seems candid. The thing is, I don't think something is off here, and even if I personally do, Harry sure doesn't. Harry has no brain. She seems candid.
You think so? Being candid is the best way to lie. The appearance of candor with some facts thrown in draws attention away from whatever one chooses to omit.
You know she's omitted things. There are things she said she couldn't or wouldn't tell us.
She may be trying to control the pace of the investigation. Anyway, we should move. I suspect our inquiries will bring us back here soon enough.
I suspect you're right. Okay, Hardy boys, I'm a-coming for you. Kim is smart. I mean, we done been new, but it's good to be reminded. I do have a skill point, which I'm keeping for any time I need to unlock a white check. I know I've got the one with the door, but I'd rather wait a little bit longer on that one before... Like, I don't need to do that yet. And maybe once I've got Destroyer, it will make me better at doing things.
The clowns are still hanging around. What is it now?
Tell me, Titus, what happens when your story falls apart? Because there are several points that are interesting. I found 8 sets of footprints, but there are only 7 of you. Where is the 8th Hardy Boy?
What are you talking about, madman? There's no 8th Hardy Boy. There's 7 of us and we're all here.
That's not true.
Or what? You want to be the 8th Hardy Boy? We ain't hiring.
There were 8 people out there during the hanging.
Actually, boss, we've been talking and we think she could maybe.
Oh. Oh. She. Now, we found out about a lady driver recently as well.
She? So there's an 8th Hardy, and it's a Hardy girl? Who might it be? Elizabeth? The gardener?
No, Elizabeth doesn't come across as one of the Hardy boys. She's their lawyer, she's their rep, but she's not one of them.
Shut the fuck up, Glenn!
I do the talking here. Now what the fuck do you want, cop?
So let me get this straight. There is an 8th Hardy boy. It's a she, and you don't like us talking about her?
Good job, Kim. Straight to the point.
That's right. We're not talking about this. This is a private Hardy Boys matter. Nothing to do with your shit. And
He points at the lieutenant.
you're not cops here. Don't go digging around if you don't want a bullet in the back of your head. I'm watching you.
Good. We are all watching each other. Officer, your question.
Kim, I adore you.
There's no point in pushing it further, he thinks. This is already a victory. We'll learn more about this 8th Hardy sooner or later.
Tain't go dicking around. Thank you, Bloodspot. Vasya says she wasn't raped.
Fuck. I knew that fucking whore couldn't be trusted.
For the record, Titus Hardy did not explicitly specify the victim as a whore, nor did he say anything about trusting her.
Oh, shut up and stay out of this, Liz. He raped her. He was out of his fucking mind. You have no idea.
Everything she told us does not match up with that idea.
She's just in denial, asshole. You don't understand the traumatic experience. She's shutting down. And she doesn't fucking trust you.
Of course she doesn't trust me, but she doesn't trust you either.
Yeah, she's crazy, you know. A crazy bitch. You know the type. She's fucked up.
Cut the bullshit. She told me the truth.
Lawman, I'm at the end of my goddamn rope with you. I fucking told you not to push her.
And I didn't. I backed off. I didn't push her to say anything she wasn't comfortable saying. I just asked her a straightforward question.
His hands become fists.
Oh, are we doing this, Titus?
And you went and pushed her. I am gonna fucking...
Hit you. Duck.
Titus Hardy.
Her voice rings through the room like a warning shot.
Success. Titus backs off. Fists down, everybody.
Yeah, because she reports directly to Fat Man.
Goddamn, no one tells you to put your fists down.
Everett personally sent me to take care of this. If this goes south, we'll all be in the shit. But you, Titus Hardy, are going to be buried. Am I understood?
My god, Elizabeth, you are so scary.
The room is so quiet you could hear a pin drop. The rest of the cafeteria has gone quiet, too. Someone has to rush in to break the tension. The second in command.
Look, Copper. We know that that fuck was a rapist and a killer. We got him confessing to it on tape.
That is a whole different thing.
Show it to him, T. What's the harm, right?
Here, jerkwad, listen to this shit. And then come back and tell me the soldier of the apocalypse was an innocent man.
Why should I care about the tape? You lied to me.
You don't care about evidence. The fuck are you a cop for, then?
Pigs, T. They don't care about getting the truth. They care about getting convictions. They are fucking keeping a score on their bulletin boards.
You do not get to lynch a man.
I won't be on your bulletin board. If you don't listen to the tape, we got nothing to talk about.
So what's on this tape?
What's on it? We call it the Dorgun a Mega Mix. You'll know why. Won't you listen to it?
Where did you get this tape?
You think we go into this shit deaf and dumb? You RCM aren't the only ones who know how to bug people. There's no university degree for that.
So you've bugged them? How?
We have machines. We're in logistics. How do you think a harbor works? It's advanced stuff.
That's fair, I
Sounds
guess.
good. You've listened in on their communications. How long?
Since way before their chief started taking swing lessons.
Things got nice and quiet after that.
Which one of you is doing this advanced radio work then?
It's not advanced. You just hold up in a coop all day, writing down what they say. It gets hot as hell in there.
Don't put yourself down, Angus. It's important work.
The chief picks his beer back up to offer a silent toast.
Yeah, man. You're like a radio genius or something. Those notes are some in-depth stuff. Indexes and shit.
That's enough for now. I'll get back to the investigation.
Don't forget your tape, lawman. Compliments of Titus Hardy.
Fine, I'll listen to it.
You do that. Oh, and keep it. Maybe you'll need a reminder of human ugliness someday.
Still doesn't mean he did anything bad to Klassia, which is their original claim. However, because I have the tape player, I can listen to this.
The porter reel is just what you needed. The reels attach to the apparatus with a satisfying click. The tape is routed behind the magnetic reader. You push command set, and the tape starts spinning. Violent static and machine sounds fill the air.
This isn't Revachol. This is a fucking village. I can almost see the elephants.
Another loud screech, some kind of machinery.
The harbor. That's the sound of a Kvalsund crane.
Yeah, that's roughly what it sounded like.
When this shit is done, I'm gonna tear that place up. Soldier of the apocalypse style. Kill shit. Dogs and chickens too.
Okay, so he was a very violent man.
Gonna run a room, Cordy. A real nice room. I don't give a shit. I'm fucking done. I'm done mentally. I'll fucking do them all in. Rape that disco cunt on the counter. You know, the dance a whore upstairs. Do it Kohoi style.
That's a threat, but not a confession. And I take her word over this. I mean, clearly he's an awful person, but that's not a confession.
Never did get that taste out of my mouth.
A click, then silence. The rest of the tape is empty.
The lieutenant presses the button marked Arete on your porter reel. The tape stops spinning.
What was that at the very end? Silence?
End of recording.
What do you think?
It seemed authentic enough. Probably recorded off the shortwave, then edited to seem more incriminating.
Yeah.
It sounded like he was on patrol around the harbor walls.
I agree. He also sounded inebriated.
Still.
You're familiar with this look now. It's his look of suspicion.
There's more going on here than we know.
Who's this Corty?
One of the other mercenaries, I think. The one he was talking to. A friend of his?
What's Kohoi?
A village on the Samaran Isola, in South Safre. Grad committed war crimes there, the kind of thing he talks about.
Ah, okay, that's awful. You think he was there?
Who knows? Maybe the tattoos would have an answer. Or maybe Kohoi is just merc talk for atrocity, slaughter.
Either way, not fun. Okay, then what now?
I think we've got a few more questions for class here, don't you? This seems to contradict her testimony, at least to some degree.
Again, that wasn't a confession, but it was a clear threat. Something definitely worth asking about. I like Klassia. She's a very good character, but she doesn't tell us everything. Which again is her prerogative, but is a concern in this case. There are things we need to know.
Hello, officer. What brings you up here again?
Oh no. Very low chance to look her in the eye. I'm still gonna take it. I've had bad luck today. Which one's volition? Psyche. You don't have to, but chat, if you want to boost my psyche, I certainly wouldn't be unhappy. Anything I can do to make Klassia feel better, or at least to get her to be completely honest with us, will be useful. Nope, no change. Okay.
She looks back. Time.
Whoa!
The triangles of her face rearranging into a weary smile.
I got snake eyes. There's no score I could have that would beat snake eyes. My luck has been really bad today.
Don't worry. We will protect you from her beauty. We will consult you through the reefs and sounds of her persona. You are advised. There are muscles on long white bones that line her limbs, just below the silver jumpsuit.
What is happening?
Nothing. Just time passing. Don't worry. You are not a fool. Anything out of the ordinary and you would be notified. Air moves in your windpipe. Your heart beats. You're a detective. Get back to detecting.
Am I being beguiled?
She presses her elbows against her waist and slowly turns her head. Her hair brushes her shoulders, making a small hissing sound, almost imperceptible.
I've said it before, one of my favorite things about this game is how much fun failing can be. Avert your eyes.
A strange moment ends. It was brief, no longer than 2.2 seconds.
Titus Hardy gave us a recording where the deceased states his intention to commit rape.
She puts her coffee cup down with a soft ring as the porcelain meets the metal table. This does not surprise her.
Interesting.
Did he? I never said he was a good man, or that he had good intentions. Only that he was never bad to me.
On this tape, he specifically identifies you as the target.
Where did they get this recording exactly?
It's intercepted radio chatter of the deceased, recorded via a de-encryption station. It's authentic enough.
Does he say he's gonna do it Soldier of the Apocalypse style?
Those are the exact words he used.
Yeah. That was practically his pickup line.
Oh. So it's about acting hard to impress people.
A memory surfaces in her tired neocortex. It's not entirely unpleasant.
Did he say whores a lot? Was he pretty much on the verge of doing it Kohoi style?
Kohei was mentioned.
He wasn't actually there. He didn't do a tour, or at least didn't tell me he did. Would have been overkill anyway. He lived his own little Kohoi. It wasn't his everything.
Why say things like that? Machismo?
Yes, was he bragging?
Oh no, I'm pretty sure he did all those things. then integrated them into his idea of normalcy.
Hmm.
Keep on living until they just sort of turn into his, what's the word I'm looking for?
Coping mechanism?
Running joke. I was gonna say running joke. And it sounds like you didn't even get the good bits. Lely's punchlines got way, way funkier than that.
Oh, that's awful.
He was like the Seminoles conflict, the Kohoi massacre, and the 36 famine in Yezut all rolled into one person, then cast in Orani ceramic armor, which he wore in bed and in the shower.
Ick! That must have got so horrible underneath.
When he said he was done, and done mentally, it didn't sound like a joke. It sounded like a deeply troubled man.
Chester, thank you for the hams. And I appreciate the CulVB taintcles. I did. I love you too, Chester. When he said he was mentally done, that sounds like a broken man to me.
Well, maybe I pieced him back together with my magical personality.
Weren't you afraid?
Afraid of what? That tape the Hardy Boys recorded? Your mother probably never told you this, but girls are evil.
That's objectively true.
Had I the physical robustness and social support, I'd be in Kohoi. I would be tearing it up Soldier of the Apocalypse style.
She wouldn't. She doesn't have the full Hoi in her.
That's certainly a sentence.
Did he tell you he had actually done any of those things? He and Martinez, I mean?
No. We were too busy laying waste to our own nervous systems to direct any of the fury outward. He seemed happy, I guess. At ease. As much as a man like him could be.
Thank you for clearing that up, miss. Whenever you're ready. I'm interested to hear what Titus Hardy has to say
now. Chester.
She takes a very small sip of her coffee and smiles.
Now that you've had some time, can you tell us more about the victim?
Like, for example, his name?
Sweetie Taint is your drag queen name. Chester.
Actually, officer, I didn't know his name. I just called him Lely.
A nickname?
I guess. He came from Lelystad. It's short for that. And it was his army name, apparently. He said his real name wasn't his. I tried to pry it out of him, but it was no use.
Lelystad. That's a good start.
The lieutenant writes it down in his notebook.
We have a few questions you can help us with. A few things a field autopsy alone can't answer.
It's Rainbow Pig.
The young woman cranes her neck, trying to catch a glimpse of the page the lieutenant passed to you. On it is a list of autopsy observations recorded neatly in blue ink.
It is, Chester, and will continue to be from July 1st onward. No matter what the corporations say.
The last missing pieces of a puzzle of flesh.
Is that a reference? Are they explicitly referencing... Oh, what's that old game called? Oh, there's a game with the tagline, A Puzzle of Flesh. And it was... They were really weird FMV point-and-click adventure games. Where is Lelystad? The place, I mean.
In Oranje, officer. It's, I think municipality is the term. A nowhere town there.
Phantasmagoria. Thank you, Chester. You know everything.
You were almost right, officer. That means his race was occidental, not mondial. I'll update the form.
We were close. You were both from Oranje?
Yes. We were compatriots.
Did that bring you together?
Ain't stuff for gore. Tainsta is my favorite Twitch partner.
No, he was too old for that. And from another part of Oranjenrek. I didn't even understand his accent. What brought us together wasn't Oranje. It was bad habits.
Sex, alcohol, speed, probably also sildenafil.
See, those first two are not bad habits necessarily. The second one is definitely. How old was he, miss?
He was 42.
42? Are you sure? I would have had him above 50.
He had many scars that made him appear older. But no. We even celebrated his birthday like some weeks ago. It was a funny 2 days. He had little reason to lie to me.
That's valid.
We were slightly off then. Thank you for clearing it up.
Lieutenant makes a correction in his notes.
The adversary one.
His eye color?
Blue. Light blue. They were like little blue galaxies, you know? It was strange, seeing those eyes in his fucked up face.
Yeah, she really did like him.
Pardon the swearing. I do him an injustice. He wasn't ugly. And he had a beautiful, soft voice. Very surprising, what with all the scarring. It was quite something, watching him speak.
Yeah, she really did like him.
He had a combat wound on his chin and mouth?
Yes. Severe. It made him look like half his face was cracking away in some strange smile. That and those eyes.
Ah, yes. His hair, if you can remember?
It was light brown, almost blonde. He darkened it with brilliantine, made it oily. Not nice to stroke. I couldn't convince him to leave it alone.
Interesting. I too have stroked his hair. Too much of a himbo to know that's inappropriate.
Oily, isn't it? We have that in common now.
I really like her. He had a tattoo. What did it mean?
Oh, that.
What did it represent? Do you know?
It was a map of his life and the places he visited as a soldier. It was mostly for showing off to chicks, though.
For showing off to chicks? How so?
How? Imagine him lying in bed. Freakish musculature laid out on the sheets. Scarred, of course. Tattooed. The sheets are dirty for some reason. He's smoking and drinking, of course. And his chest and shoulders and arms are studded with stars. Tens, hundreds of them. Maybe even thousands.
Sounds hot.
And the woman goes like, "What was this, baby?"
Ah.
And he says, "That was too hardcore. Don't ask me about that." So she goes, "Okay, but what's this, baby?" And he's like, "Saw some bat shit there. Killed some loincloths." And so it goes. Star after star. Port after port. Third world country after third world country. And he's done horrible things in every single one of them.
You were the woman in this?
Oh, yeah.
Can you tell us precisely what these mean? Hand her the photo.
No, thank you. I've seen enough of him dead. I can tell you what they meant without looking at them.
Go on.
He was a blue-eyed boy with thick arms, from a small town. He was also poor, and the government of Oranje needed some people killed, so they turned him into a grotesque killer. For money.
Yeah, governments do that.
He went to Killer Academy in Vredefort. Then he killed some people on the Seminine Islands. And on other islands, too. All of the islands. After this, he came to Revachol and got killed himself.
Not a very fun story.
It is when you're high. It can be very exciting then.
That kind of makes sense.
It's not a very nice story to remember when you're sober. A change
Tell me
of topic.
Tell me something odd. Did he enjoy his death?
Why do you ask?
It's just a feeling I have. Indulge me.
Well, it's wrong. He had too many drinks to down and too many bad things to do. Couldn't tap out just yet.
Could it be love that did him in?
It very well could be, yes.
What do you mean?
What do I mean? I have no idea. I don't even know what you mean. Love did him in? What does that mean?
He told me love did him in. I don't know, Chester. I have no. Summer, you're confusing brown noise with the brown note, which is a different thing. I've heard that brown noise is very effective at turning off your brain, especially if you do have ADHD.
That's not funny, officer.
I think we're finished with this line of questioning.
All right.
Coolly, gracefully, she pours herself more coffee.
I need to talk to you about your room again.
Yeah?
Where does that door lead to? Point to the door on the roof.
You tell me, officer, when you've kicked it down. I've been wondering myself, but I'm light of foot. Not a good door kicker. All right.
I think we're done for now.
Why not? I'll be here until 11 p.m., drinking coffee, most likely.
I do like her. I like head empty Chester. I mean, I like Chester in all cases, but head empty Chester is particularly good. Okay, now let's go see to that water lock and cross to the south question mark of the river. Because this game's all isometric, the cardinal directions are a little bit less clear. Wait, I can talk to Titus again. I just remembered.
The clowns are still hanging around. What is it now?
I forget, did Nicole get partner yet? Or are they still pushing for it? So I talked to Claudia about the tape.
Man,
And nothing. She stands by what she said.
that fucking fucker. You're the worst cops in Revachol. I gave you gold on that tape.
It was dark stuff, but it didn't change. But it didn't prove anything, and it didn't change her mind.
Dark. Dark is when you start a goddamn death rock band. He said he'd rape her.
Yeah, but he didn't say he had. And according to her, that's all just to impress girls.
What did she have to say then? Fine by her? This is what people are supposed to be like? Fucking whoop-de-doo.
It did not come as a surprise to her, and she definitely wasn't scared.
Yes. In fact, I think she thought it was a little funny.
Funny. No good goddamn psycho whore. Alright. Fucking righty then. I guess it's good then. That fucking...
Please try to control yourself in the presence of visitors, Titus.
Her voice is a bit softer than earlier.
This is just perfect. Just fucking perfect. Any thoughts on this, lawmen?
Nobugu, you are correct. Time was invented by watch companies to sell more watches.
Women are crazy, irrational. That's what you're thinking, right? Also, your fists are itching for a bump.
Maybe she isn't who you thought she was.
Nah, I know her. She's just a girl. In over her head.
Titus, she has special training, and I'm not talking about RNE's lit.
I don't know what the fuck that means. RNE's lit. What is that shit? Literature?
Correct.
I've noticed the same. Yes, he meant Orane's literature. Women are always reading, right?
Oh, Kim does not want to go down this
The
path.
lieutenant adjusts his electronic wristwatch. Psychological and physical training from an unknown government body. I noticed it. You noticed it. They haven't.
Okay, then. Be straight with me, Titus. What really happened?
I already told you. We fucking hanged him.
There's less gusto in his voice now. His men, too, are growing increasingly silent. The man is slowing down. Looks like a bad blood sugar crash. He can't keep track of all the variables anymore.
Yeah, and we stopped the guy from putting booze in their soup, so he also doesn't have that source of up anymore.
Come on, Titus. We know you didn't hang him. He was shot. I know you're tired. So am I. Why don't you just...
You know what? I am tired. I'm tired of you and the whore upstairs. Next time you see her, tell her Titus said, "Fuck off!"
Oh.
This is the petulant rage of someone who's at the end of their wits.
That lying, scamming. We're done. This is over. You understand? Your little investigation is over.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
There's a silence in the room. Elaine starts saying something, then thinks best not to.
On the floor, beer drips out of the can into a small puddle. No one does anything about it.
What is this quiet funeral shit? All we need is some beers in us. Bartender, 20 beers for the Dock Workers Union.
Which, of course, they don't pay for.
Why do we make it 40, huh? Why do we make it 100 beers? You're not loud enough.
Hell yeah, Gar. Get on them.
100 beers? Now we're talking. Hoppity hop over here, cafeteria manager.
The window might be closing. The more beers they get in them, the less cooperative they will be.
Oh no. Oh no, chat. Oh no, chat. My rhetoric is 0. This is a godly rhetoric roll. I would need a double 6 on this. Even with every advantage the game can give me. I genuinely think this is every advantage the game could give me, and the closest I can get to rhetoric is just tell me, man. It's like I'm the cops and just like do the thing. That's as much as I can manage. I mean, I'm still gonna try it. My last roll was Snake Eye, so maybe I can land a double 6 on this.
Convince Titus he's being manipulated. You should know by now. Titus Hardy will never falter.
Someone has to clip that. I don't know who has to clip that, but someone has to clip that. I literally don't have a brain in my skull, and I pulled that off. Oh. Both the good and the bad of luck-based games. Summer, that's because it should be impossible. No one can pull that off. Oh, I'm so happy. Oh, if no one's able to clip it, I'm gonna come back later and clip it myself. It so deserves it. Titus Hardy will never falter. My total was still only 16. But the thing is, double 6 passes no matter what the actual result is. Titus Hardy will never falter. One of his boys will.
Fat Angus, the powerful guy, Mr. All Muscle. The time has come. Put him in the pressure cooker. Just remember, it's about more than Glasia. It's about these men and Martinez, their district, their responsibility. Outside, under the rising sun, tattered and in ruins, the windows of the cafeteria aglow with her morning light.
That's it then. Case closed. We're going home, Kim.
Huh?
The lieutenant raises his brow.
He'll get it. Go on.
Write it down, Kim. In Martinez, they just kill you because they don't like you.
Got it. Kill you because they don't like you. All because...
I think the thing that's going to hit them the most is all because of some chick. Because you're a foreigner, they don't really deny being xenophobic. Because you work for the wrong people, that's not gonna... They hate Wild Pine, so that's fine. And I don't think they've ever suggested that they like killing. All because of some chick.
Bring that up one more time, and you won't get to write that report.
Yeah, a wince. It's involuntary.
The man's fists under the table are balled. You can tell from his neck and shoulders. He means it.
Yes, I understand, Alain. That's your name, right, Alain? You'll kill us. That's what they do in the Wild North.
They just hang you, shoot you, whatever. They can't even remember.
It wasn't that. It wasn't. We didn't shoot him.
Aha!
That's it. That's the weak one. You flushed him out. Now go in for the...
Officer, you will be next if you don't shut up.
The old man reaches for his belt, but his voice is strangely calm. That's actually kind of scary.
He's onto you. He knows what you're trying to do.
Turn to Theo. What happens if I keep talking? You're gonna kill me too? In this bar? For nothing? I think I'm actually going to check with Kim. I trust Kim the most on this.
The lieutenant has put down his notebook. His hand is resting on his holster. He gives you an imperceptible nod.
You know what? Fine. Kim trusts me.
What does that mean?
It means he's got my back.
Go for it. The lieutenant has his eyes set on the fat guy. Push Angus. We're almost there.
Fine. Push Angus. Or what? You're gonna kill me like you killed him for no reason?
We didn't kill him. We didn't even hang him. He was dead when...
There we go.
Shut up, Angus.
He was dead before you hanged him?
Fatty! Say one more thing to the cops and I'll...
Dennis, stand down, or I'll beat your head in. Theo, take your hand off the belt. This isn't 31. I've got this under control.
The room falls quiet. So quiet you can hear Angus wheeze.
Angie, where's your goddamn inhaler? You sound like you're dying.
Thank you for clipping that, Chester.
I left it home. I can't get it. I'm too fucked. I'm sorry.
Why are you so fucking fat, Angus? Now it's all pointless. Because of you. You wasted my time. I told you, Titus. I told you just give her up.
Lizzie, your help is no longer needed here. Go tell Everard.
They're falling apart.
Fine. I'll tell him. After a long walk along the coast.
There we go. That's called progress.
You're in. He's all yours. Questions?
So you didn't kill him. He was already dead.
He nods.
You hanged the corpse to cover up the real cause of death, the bullet in his head.
Another nod.
Why?
'Cause the girls asked us to. They were in some shit.
Did she kill him?
Cop, I have no idea. The girl says she didn't.
He doesn't think she did. Or at least he hopes she didn't.
What happened Sunday night?
Classier came down. She seemed really out of it. Drugged up, even more than usual. Bug-eyed and gurning, you know? Not in a fun way.
Hello, Stitch.
It looked like she'd redosed after something went down. I've seen that look before. She was scared. I knew someone had died.
How did you know?
I've done this job for 10 years. I've seen it before. It's the politician in the motel room with the dead hooker scenario. Only in reverse.
Yeah, this time the hooker's alive and the politician's dead.
Good analogy, boss.
You don't get to talk yet, Shanky. You're still on the bench. And you keep taking it easy too, Angus.
Yeah, we broke them.
That's okay with the fat man, still wheezing there. He couldn't speak if he wanted to.
What happened then?
We went upstairs. Sure as day the Merc was dead. There was a bullet hole through the window. Fucking dirty sheets and bottles everywhere. Tibbs patched the window. And the corpse. We hang.
Who's Tibbs? The 8th Hardy? Nah, Angus is probably my least hated of the Hardy boys.
Nah, he's my brother. He's in the window replacement business.
Right now, he's grateful he hasn't gotten his brother into this mess.
If Glacier didn't kill him, why the cover-up?
You may have noticed our girl's in some shit of her own.
I didn't notice anything. What kind of shit are we talking about? I did, but I want to hear what he says.
That can't show up on police radar kind.
Fair.
There are people after her. From the old world. Where she came from.
These people, who are they?
They're powerful. Connected to the moral intern. She's clearly afraid for her life. Says if she showed up in your systems, she'd be ghosted away.
I believe her, frankly.
And why would you help someone like that? By taking on a murder?
Why would I? I guess we abide all sorts of runaways and losers here. It's a Martinez thing.
Honestly, this is when I like Titus most. When he's not being a bully. When he's doing what he should be doing, which is trying to protect someone who's come here. Glacier was all alone, someone had died, and they did what they could to protect her. That's not necessarily noble, but not as awful as he has been. So who killed the Merc then? Any leads?
Not yet. Just some ideas. She says the shot came from outside, behind the window somewhere. So that's a clue.
What are you thinking?
I'm thinking someone's past caught up with them. Either hers or his.
Seems likely.
Hers, you mean?
I mean the people after Klausya. Maybe the shot missed. Maybe it was meant for her.
It's a real possibility.
I like that. Been thinking the same thing myself.
And you had ideas about his past too.
My dude. One of those mercenary buddies of his could have done it. They got guns, training, years of bad blood, probably. Or it could have been someone else from Crenell. Tell you what I'd do. Check out the coast for vantage points. Maybe consult with a ballistics buddy of mine. That's what I'd do. If I wasn't too busy doing this clown dance with you.
You've had days to do that if that's what you were interested in. No, that's not what you're interested in. You just want to feel like you're not useless.
He's calm now, threw all that turmoil away, and became himself again.
Whose idea was it to hang him anyway? Hers?
In a manner of speaking.
What do you mean?
We had help from another girl. It was her idea to hang him, and I liked it for political reasons. It sent a good message.
It's her, isn't it? The missing 8th Hardy? That's the other girl?
The big guy turns to Glenn, who's about to say something. The blonde shuts his mouth before a word escapes.
I'll say it again. All the Hardy Boys are right here, cop. That woman is just affiliated with the Hardy Boys. You don't know her, anyway.
You know it's okay for there to be a Hardy girl, Titus. I love that condescending response.
We're Hardy Boys, and that's it.
Sure, but can you tell me anything about this affiliate? Name, current location?
Nope. You're not getting to her. It's Klasia you want to talk to.
We did it!
The lieutenant gives a smile only you can see.
Thank you for this, Titus. I'll go talk to her for the last time.
You do that. Hey, cop. Before you go.
Suddenly, the wind picks up outside. You hear it rattling the large windows in their frames. It carries newspapers, circles the whirling in rags in a warm column.
You see, Summer, I was considering that, but it's a lie. They should fight. They're all horrible people.
Klasia, came to Martinez to hide. Many of us did. This is where you wash up when there's nowhere left to go. The Union takes you in. Now, she refused that protection.
But you would still prefer if we didn't take her away.
That's right. If we didn't take care of the people who end up here, this place would just be a couple of ruins and some cargo containers.
We'll take that into account.
The lieutenant slides his notebook into his coat pocket. He turns to leave. Well, given that I've just been going back and forth between two places today, I've made a fair amount of progress. Seriously, I haven't been anywhere besides this room and the Union boys, and yet I've made clear so much of the story. Can I look at this window now?
This window is pristine.
Still can't do anything new with it. That's fine.
It's always good to see you.
Something in her demeanor has changed. She's tired, consigned to her fate, to being here with you and what's to come.
The Hardy Boys told us what really happened.
I understand.
You don't look surprised. You were expecting this.
I knew there was a chance you'd get them to tell you. It's what you do. You're the police. For what it's worth, I'm sorry for wasting your time.
You were hoping to get away with the story that hurts the fewest people, I guess? The one that doesn't involve you with a corpse in your bed?
If you knew we would find out eventually, why did you waste our time?
Because of the Hardys. I couldn't just dispense with them. They were only trying to help me. Out of the shit I'd gotten into.
Is she implying the Hardy Boys are the law?
That's not a good enough reason.
You're right. There's more.
More?
You answer to the coalition government, and by extension, the moral intern.
Which is a huge problem for her.
Briefly glancing over her shoulder to the sea, as she's done time and time again. Where the cold oceanic expanse lies, and behind it, another world.
Is that why you're looking over your shoulder? You're afraid of the moral intern?
You share a database with them. You send people to their courts.
What's going on? What did you do?
Just business. But bad business for some people in the moral intern. If I show up in your records, officer, they will find me. They will...
What happens if they do?
They will kill me, sir. If you file my name, take me in for questioning, enter me into the moral intern mill. Well, then I'm fucked. For nothing. This murder didn't have anything to do with me.
What did you do to have these people after you?
It's not nice, but it's not illegal. Not here in Ravishol, or even in Orania.
Then it's really not up to the cops to get involved, I don't think.
What exactly did you do?
Industrial espionage. I joined a business collective with the intention of betraying them. I did my job well enough to be asked to do it again.
Moral? No. Ethical? No. Legal? Yes. So, yeah, I see no reason as cops to bring her in.
With a bigger company. The kind you really, really don't fuck with. I took their ledgers. 2 decades worth of accounting.
That's a lot.
I need the names of the companies involved and who hired you.
The job was Lou's doing County Savings Bank. They sound small, but they're part of the Lou Scott conglomerate. That was the second job. The first was some printer company. You wouldn't know them.
But she really destroyed them. She still feels it.
I wonder if she liked it.
As to who hired me for the job, I don't know. But they're after me too, along with Lou Scott and their friends in the MI. Once you're done in the competitive intelligence circuit, you don't have allies. You're radioactive.
That's a lot of shit you've gotten yourself into.
It is. Many people lost their jobs. Not just C-suite.
Hmm.
Ordinary people. What I did to get to accounting... A lot of people got hurt. But that's just more of my shit you shouldn't have to deal with. You're solving a murder.
Again, massively immoral and unethical. But from a pure we are the police point of view, and from the point of view of we've got a murder to solve, unrelated to both.
That can wait. Look into her eyes. There's more.
What did you do?
One of them killed themselves because of me.
That's not easy to deal with.
How do you deal with anything? It's all just... How do you do it?
By not remembering a single goddamn thing. This isn't because of alcohol or drugs. This is because not having any brain cells is the solution to all problems, apparently.
That would do the trick, yes.
Hello, Wax. Yes. What happened here the night he died?
We were there. Together. In bed, I mean.
Tell me exactly what happened.
Okay. He was in a kneeling position. He had just entered me. I was on my back, looking at him. I heard the window behind me shatter, and I turned to look. There was a hole in the glass. I turned back to him. His eyes were looking through me, and his mouth was open, dumb. I could see. I could...
A great pain moves through her, a dark and indefinite wave. She continues in spite of it.
I knew he was dead, before he fell down on top of me.
That's... Chester.
You were right. He did enjoy the moment of his death.
Ma'am, I don't want to be the one to have to say this to you, but I think you blew his mind. Better not to mention it. Then what happened?
He was heavy. I pushed him off and he fell to the floor. There. He only had his boots on. I bit the pillow, not to scream, then ran downstairs.
She just stands there, her arms at her sides.
I waited for the second shot to come. For me. I thought there would be one. It never came.
You're right, Chester. That is an incredibly French thing.
She's forgotten about her cigarette. The butt has burned right down to her fingernails.
I'm sorry this happened to you, miss.
So am I.
She looks down. Her cigarette has singed her fingers. Oh, Wax. I mean, thank you for the offer, but we've got plenty of extra heat here in Canada as well.
She throws it away and immediately proceeds to light another one.
What time was this? When did it happen? It would help us if you could be as precise as possible.
11:30 to 12:15. I don't know the exact time. Around midnight.
It's okay. Were you inebriated?
Not as much as usual. He'd done a line, plus other things. I was drinking.
Wait. Titus said she was gurning her jaw off, much more than usual.
I just said you look pretty high.
Oh, yeah. I did one of his lines, just to clear my head.
I don't, Wax. I live in Ottawa, which is pretty close to the US border. So no. I would like to travel that far north at some point. I'd also like to see the Northern Lights, which is apparently... You can see it in Ottawa every few years, but it's pretty rare.
Good thinking. Clear your head. You should clear your head. Get into his mindset.
Electrochemistry? No. Do I need to get the spray bottle?
Did you hear or see the shooter in the course of this?
No.
What did you do then?
Nothing. I was trapped. I was stuck in my room downstairs. I got some clothes on and crawled back up, drew the blinds. Blood was coming from his mouth. Not a lot. Just a little. He was still on the floor, slouched. I couldn't be there with him anymore, so I ran down and out of my room, into the hallway, down the stairs. I knew there would be people there.
Run, woman. Run past them and out into the streets where it's dark and people move. To the lorries at the intersection, as far as you can.
Why didn't you run away from here? As a matter of fact, why are you here now?
I already ran. I ran from an entire Isola. I can't run any further. Not with these people. This is as far as it gets.
What happened after you ran downstairs?
Sylvie was tending the bar. A lot of people were there. The Hardys were at the table in front of the stage. I think the Union box was full. Ruby was there too. They were having such a good time. I sat down and they all welcomed me. I didn't even have to say anything. Ruby knew something was wrong.
So Ruby, I'm guessing, is the 8th Hardy boy. The Hardy girl.
Ruby?
Before we continue, who is Ruby?
Ruby. You know, the leader.
Titus isn't the leader. Fascinating.
The leader? Of what?
The Hardy Boys.
I thought Hardy was the leader of the Hardy Boys.
Well, nominally, yes. Ruby's the one they go to when things happen, like things they need taken care of. She's the organizer.
There we go.
This Ruby, in her phrasing, is entrusted with great power. She trusts her. So do the others.
Okay, let's go on. What then?
Well, Ruby said let's talk upstairs. I showed her the room. I've known these people since December. They know my situation, that I can't leave a paper trail. Ruby was the first one I told. She said she'd take care of this. It's what she does, you know, take care of things. I helped her get the body to the bathroom. We used a belt to pull him up under the shower, to keep him upright.
To produce lividity, matching a hanging?
Yes.
We completely missed the tampering. Looks like you got there in time. What was this, 20 minutes after death?
Oops.
Yeah, I'm not surprised I failed visual calculus on account of, and let me say this again, I have no brain.
About 20, yes. Ruby explained it would make the blood... You know what he does.
She looks at the ground, then raises her light brown eyes to meet yours. Then what did you do?
Ruby went outside to talk to Titus and the boys. I was just looking at Lely in the bathroom. I had to put his clothes back on, his armor too. It was tough, but I've seen him take it off and put it on many times.
You know, you're valid, Chester.
It took Ruby maybe half an hour to come back with Titus. I'd gotten him ready by then. They carried him out. I knew what they were going to do, make it look like a hanging. Ruby said they would.
What did you do while they were hanging him?
Ruby said to wait here. She also said I wouldn't see her for a while, that we should lay low or something. So I did.
This Ruby. Where is this Ruby now?
I don't know. I haven't seen her since.
We will need to take this question to the Hardy Boys.
We will. When it happened, did you hear a gunshot?
When he was shot? I may have. I don't know. I couldn't hear anything over the glass exploding.
Certainly, it doesn't seem to have been close. Could the people after you have killed him?
That's the first thing that went through my head when I heard the glass break.
And?
I thought they'd found me. They've killed him to punish me. All last week, I've tried not to talk to anyone or be seen with anyone.
She looks at her cigarette.
So they wouldn't be hurt. I've come to understand, however, this is paranoia. What happened didn't have anything to do with me.
It probably didn't. I genuinely agree with her. They would have got rid of her.
Or I don't know anything anymore. All I do is wait here.
She looks at the table.
We can't go after Loose Cap. Not yet. There are other, saner leads.
I don't ask you to, Lieutenant. If there's one thing I know, it's that you'll get nothing from there.
Why did you call the cops if you're hiding?
Because I'm an idiot.
The answer comes fast.
Which is an indicator of truth.
I'm not going to disagree with you.
You have to understand, the people around here, no one was making the call, and he kept rotting. And then they picked his clothes off, and that little fucker threw stones at him.
We can all agree Kuno is the worst.
He kept throwing stones at him for 3 days. I could hear the thud, thud. So I called you. I hope with all my heart it's not the last thing I do in Ravishol.
When was the window changed?
Last week. Angus and Titus's brother, I think he's called Tibbs, took care of it.
Wait, Angus? Angus is Titus's brother as well. That was not clear, but it does explain why Titus cares so much about him, compared to the others.
You should have another look at that window after this. Reconstruct the scene. It's right there.
In her bedroom, inside?
Yes, you see the glass sparkling out of the corner of your eye.
I think we're done here for now.
She nods, silently. She doesn't even smoke. Just picks up the cold coffee and holds it in her hands.
The lieutenant glances at you, then at the door.
He's thinking, are we done here? Or maybe you should take her to the station for safekeeping. She lied to you, and she's a flight risk.
Okay, I have clothes that make me more dramatic. Oh, wait, a thing?
As you look back, you think, so love did do him in,
no.
After all.
I was right.
If it weren't for her, he would not have been there. The shot would not have connected with his soft palate.
Looks like love did him in after all.
She's silent, holding on to her coffee mug. No vapor rises from it. It's cold. Remember this silence. The lady is dangerous. People suffer around her.
Say nothing. Let her answer.
Yeah. I'd like to think he didn't love me. Or that it was chemically induced and not real.
Why?
Easier that way.
Was it real?
I don't know.
She looks down at the yard, then back into her coffee.
Real as anything.
Finished thought.
Anti-object task force.
Yeah, for those who weren't here, I got a new thought.
Task force has assembled. God's avenging angel, arrayed against the lower emanations of the darkened one. Shoe-wrecks, tape recorders, motor carriages, and doors. So many doors. You're not just pounding it all to pieces. You're reforging the universe, from the anvil of the heavens to the worms below. Indulge in it. Be bold. Have an impact on the shape of creation. Out of the furnace of your rage. A new reality. Also, you should trash your room again.
No, Chester, I kicked a door, and after that, I got what's called Anti-Object Task Force, because I'm so mad at the world for existing that I want to break it. Bonuses. Attacking physical objects heals damage. +1 pain threshold. Thick skin. And all physique learning caps raised by 1. Oh. Look how many of these there are, though. There are so many of these. The 15th Indo tribe? Like, how do you even guess what half of these do? I mean, you don't.
The same small, heavy door. No lock in sight.
I've got a +2 on this. Chat. How do you feel about boosting my physique temporarily to see if I can smash through this door? Because I think we all need to see a little door smashing happening here. %72% chance. No guarantee. I rolled snake eyes today, but I've also rolled double 6, so you know. Nope.
You give it another, more ferocious kick. The door still does not move.
I'll figure you out eventually, door.
Demolish the place.
I don't see how this is going to give new results. There must be another way in there.
Ah.
Through the kitchen door, perhaps. Let's explore rather than destroy.
You know, Kim, that doesn't sound fun. I like the destroy option. Wait. I wanted to get super dramatic and talk to her. I know I've got some dramatic clothing. Wait, do I? My mesh tank top is very dramatic. Look at me. That looks absurd, to be honest. Hello, Stitch. You too. I really thought I had more drama things. Is anything taking away from my drama? Yes, my awful glasses. +1 drama. It's not much, but this is a white check, so I can come back to it later.
Hello, officer. What brings
17% chance. Hell yeah.
But we are awake, sire. She has been forthcoming with sordid details women usually conceal. Most shocking details of the sexual kind. We are a bulwark, unbreached.
Okay, fine. So I wasn't dramatic enough for
Get
her.
a hold of yourself just once, will you? Try to look past the sexually lax morals and do some police work.
Stitch, I didn't the first time, but I may not do it this time.
So you say, but give us one example of deceit. Just one example.
I got nothing. You're right, wise counsel. It is silly of me to imply she lied.
Gosh, she's so young, isn't she? She would look spectacular in a starring role.
Hell yeah, drama.
Be careful not to look too long into her soon-to-be famous face, lest it make you look like an indecisive suitor. It looks like this one's not waking up. You'll have to do it without pushing her further. At least for now.
Heck. Fine. But then I get to wear one of my good shirts again. Wait, which shirt was I wearing? I entirely forget what clothes I was wearing. Your very first stitch will be a wind knuckle thingy with a random name. But if you mean your first rare blade, I'm going to go for Cora. Shirt should I put on? The Logic shirt or the Concept? Let's go for Logic. Apparently. Oh, as in explicitly New Game Plus. Then I'm gonna guess Sever. If only because he's one of the best New Game Plus blades. Oh, it hasn't happened yet.
This
Okay.
window is pristine on the inside, unlike the one next to it. Light from the desk lamp reflects off the glass in an untarnished golden halo.
Chat, why do I not have a brain? Why did I choose a character that doesn't have a brain in a detective game? It's a detective game. All the important things are about braining. This was a terrible decision. That's a good idea. It's actually a very good idea. It is Chester.
A vague sense of disappointment fills you. The glass shimmers as if taunting you with its secrets. You get the feeling this room would tell you something crucial if you only knew how to listen.
Tell me again, Kim. What are we looking for here? Ballistics?
I'm not exactly sure either, to be honest. My imagination has a way of failing me.
That's fine, Kim. You're perfect in all other ways.
It's a weakness.
Well, I'll have to come back to that later, I guess. Okay. I think this is the last time we have to speak to the Hardys. Stitch? No. Why would you do that explicitly and intentionally to me?
It's you again. What is it?
Tell me about Ruby. Okay, I talked to Klaasje. Now I need to talk to Ruby.
Why?
Because she's your real leader. Although, no. Let's go through all these options. I'm going to level with you. I've seen her in a laudanum-induced delirium. The paranormal instinct whispers her name into my ear. Oh. I'm going to level with you. She's the next link in the chain that leads me to Lely's killer.
Sounds like you're making her a suspect in this. Not on my watch, you're not.
That's not what I meant. Not she's a suspect. but she is potentially a witness.
Ruby's one of us. We're not gonna throw her under your moral intern steamroller. Fuck that shit.
And fuck you too, moral
He throws a glance at Titus as the last syllable leaves his lips. The big guy sighs.
Ruby is missing. If you hide from the police in a murder investigation, you become a suspect. You know how it works, guys.
Yeah, what Kim said.
That's nothing. That's just legalese. You don't even have a sound theory. I don't want to be rude, but we're trying to get some R&R here. Think you could fuck off now?
I think we'll keep sticking around, Titus. You'll be surprised at how quickly a theory presents itself if you keep looking.
Yes, Kim.
From
Stand
the
up to
corner of
him.
your eye, you see a little bird fly into the bush, right behind the window, behind Titus's back.
So, you all saw me roll a double 6 earlier on a nearly impossible roll. So, let's see if I can roll a double 6 again. Have a good lurk, Chester. Present a solid theory about why Ruby could have done it.
Nothing is
Nope.
happening. The pieces are there, but they remain unconnected.
No, we can do this. Squint your eyes.
Sorry, you're not coming up with anything. Again, the pieces are there. She could have done it. Somehow. Something else. Walla walla bing bang. It's just not coming together.
Why am I such an idiot? The question I legitimately ask myself when I play this game.
No one knows.
Squint your eyes harder.
Still nothing. But that's okay. This doesn't have to turn into some kind of meltdown. You're just a cop, taking your time to present a theory. Right. Puzzleface shouldn't be the cool guy when he fails. I was supposed to be that. Shush. I'm just more level-headed than you. That's my thing. Let's look at this as a learning experience. What are the components you need to implicate Ruby? His wife left him. He needs to kill himself. Make her sorry she did.
Threshold. How is that related? What? Oh, as in that's a reference to me. I just want to hear the components of the theory.
Smart move. The components are access to the roof, weapon, and motive. Here is what you can do to make it easier. Come on, guys. For starters, you could find out what's behind that mystery door in the kitchen.
Yeah.
If it's a secret route, she could have used that to get to the roof. Can't get through the door? You know what would help. Doing a thorough search of this room. Maybe something's hidden.
Yeah, I don't know how much they'll let me search this room.
Did someone say something already? No? Yes? Who cares? Upstairs in Clausia's bedroom, the window the bullet came through. Analyze that.
Visual calculus. It's all your fault that we failed.
You could crack Clausia's last defenses. Maybe she'll tell you something helpful. Also, you should say, I need to kill myself and it's all over.
Pain threshold, slow down.
No, nothing good will come of it. He did the right thing not saying that the last time. Just do what the nice helpful guys said and don't do the bad things.
It's concerning how many voices I have in my head.
It's that simple.
Unless we have more business, we should...
I'm gonna take off now.
Behind the dockworkers, a ceiling-height window. The hawthorn branches scrape the glass like bony fingers.
Ooh. 58 is pretty good, actually. Perception is on... what, motorics? Perception is on motorics. Chat, could you potentially try to boost my motorics and see if I can look out the window? because that seems useful. I don't know if there's anything out there, but there's a reason there's, like, it's still a check. It's definitely worth doing. No, no change. Okay.
There's a yellow ribbon.
Still success.
The branches, light yellow, faded with time. A tiny splash of color in the blackness of the thicket, hanging from it, a bronze key.
Someone's hid a key in the bush. Point at the window. I need your guys to hand the key to me. Oh, can you let me slide by so I can grab the thing?
I don't know about that. I'm
It's a-
comfortable here. Don't think any sliding would really help right now.
Can I punch him, chat? Would you be okay with that?
Sorry, fucko. Looks like you're gonna have to go bush diving. Good fucking luck with that. The Hawthorne's got a bitch of a bite.
I'm gonna enjoy the sight of you in the bushes out there.
With a loud thud, the old man stands up, pushes the window open, grabs the key from the hawthorn branch, and slides it across the table to you.
Theo is the most no-nonsense of them all. When they're threatening to kill me, he's reaching for a gun, and when they're teasing me, he just does the thing. Take the key.
The key is brass. Workshop spear is etched into its bow. The old man closes the window and sits back down in silence.
What workshop? That must be upstairs, but it was locked from the inside.
Come on, man. We were just having some fun. Where's the harm in?
I'm tired of listening to your shit.
Thank you.
Don't thank me. I don't give two shits about your key.
Okay.
There is a silence around this man's words. Unlike Titus, they're afraid of him. That's the type of respect he commands.
Does anyone know why this key was hanging right outside the Union Box window?
Didn't even know it was there. Boys.
Yeah, I believe him.
No idea.
That's not the way he denies things.
Never even seen it. Someone must have hidden it there before this room became our place.
Look at the key in your hand. I wonder what doors it does it open.
Could open the door in the kitchen. The blue door. It says workshop spare. Maybe there's a workshop there?
Oh lord, there's too much in this game. Wait, a thing in the kitchen. The tomatoes are so thinly sliced you can see through them. That's because this man is good at his job. Okay, let's see if the key works.
You see a heavy steel door with a prominent dimple lock. It's painted blue.
Enjoy your lurk, Stitch. Try the workshop spare key on the
The
door.
key fits the dimple lock. It takes a bit of effort to turn it after all these years. But then, the lock clicks. Dust rises before you like mist. A tomb? Haunted by regal spirits from distant ages.
Heck yes.
No. Smells like engine grease and cut wood. A workshop.
Less exciting, but still. I remember this. This pinball says Franco-Nigerian. The theme is horses and swords. This pinball is white Diora. The back glass shows a female figure in mourning. A note, NB, the spare key is tied to the bush outside the corner room window. Yeah, so it was before they were even part of it. $5? Heck yes.
Over there, in the corner.
The pinball machine?
Not just any pinball machine. This is the pinnacle of pinball. Cornelius Gordy and the Mountain Goats. It's lit. You can't wait to get your hands on it.
Kim, are you seeing what I'm seeing?
The pinball machine. Gordy's Goats. A classic.
Wait, you've played it?
A little.
Feels like a lot. Too much to play it again.
Ah, a little bit addicted. Let's take a closer look. Pull out the machine.
Ah, great.
Cornelius Gordy and the Mountain Goats reads the golden lettering on top of the back box. There's a small column of text underneath. The machine is coin-operated. Get the game on, Fingerboy. Those flippers are ready.
Lean closer to read the text.
Above the painting of a mustached man climbing a hill, a column reads, inspired by the legend of Cornelius Gordy, taken on the world's tallest peak, Corpus Mundi. The Mesk legend holds that when the nation is in danger, heroic Gordy shall return and save his people.
Heck yes. Inspect the playing field.
The theme of the game is to explore Gordy's climb through the perspective of goats and to ascend to the top of the mountain in a time of trouble.
That's an awesome concept for a pinball machine.
The peak of the mountain is at the top of the playfield. All the balls have small goat icons on them and represent the goats as they race up and down the mountain. Areas around the playfield represent Gordy's climb, places he was said to have camped, which the goats can discover. Get them to the summit.
What's with all the goats?
Indeed. Think of them as balls.
I don't think I saw this at all in my previous playthrough. It's pricey, but I've got the money.
It takes a while to get into a rhythm, but pretty soon you're able to keep 3 goat-faced balls in play with relative ease. Go, go, Fingerboy.
I feel sorry for the gods. If they only knew the kind of guy old Cornelius really was.
Wait, what kind of guy was he then?
The kind of a guy who uses the word savages a lot
Oh.
when recounting his travels. A masked nationalist.
A racist mountaineer?
An avid huntsman too. He was often photographed in his dining hall, surrounded by wall-mounted hunting trophies from every continent.
That is not cool.
He also hit his wife.
Oh.
Kids. Other people's kids too. Sometimes pets. Hateful little man.
Chat, this guy may not be good.
But you seem to be having fun.
Pretty good at this.
Your game is definitely improving. The jolly goats are flying all over the board, and although a few plummet to their deaths, you're never left with less than 3. Suddenly, a special passage leading to the summit slides open at the top of the board. This is where the balls need to go.
Concentrate and aim for the narrow passage.
Maneuvering a goat.
That's what I say every night.
For a perfect hit isn't easy. More fall to their deaths. But finally, the opportunity presents itself. One of them gets through.
Sabs, we've made an enormous amount of progress in the investigation. We're currently playing pinball, and yes, I'm not wearing pants. Because why would I wear pants when I can wear a tie and fancy gloves?
The words "pale rupture" light up on the speaker panel, and the machine starts filling with a thick, milky fog. Something's happening.
Now, we've heard about the pale before, and we'll hear more of it later, but that's interesting. Pale rupture.
Congratulations. This is where the game ends. It's a cheap way of getting more money out of the players. A stupid, nihilistic finale.
There's so much fog, you can barely see anything. Some is actually leaking out of the machine.
Make it impossible to keep playing.
Your goats start slipping, disappearing into the milky nothingness. This can be navigated. The balls leave almost imperceptible disruptions in the fog. Use them to calculate where they hit next. You're down to your last goat, going mostly by sound. Eyes are useless at this point, but that goat is something special. 5 times you snatch him back from the jaws of death.
Tim, it can be done. Just watch. Since when am I bad at ball games? No, it's unfair. I want to do good, chat.
I am. I've seen it before. Played it too. You will eventually make a mistake and then it's all over.
Fine, but I'm gonna try.
How, if you can't even see it?
Heck.
The last goat plummets into the fog with almost suicidal glee. There goes nothing, Fingerboy.
Don't call me that. That's what my ex called me. Man, this game's weird.
All these mesmerizing machines, just waiting to be plugged back in and played.
Run your fingers across the dust of the white Diora
Feels
machine.
like it might jump back to life any moment. The lights illuminating the white-robed woman.
What's white Diora?
Some kind of inane pinball theme, probably related to Messina during the DeLorean age. The history themes are the worst.
You know, that's valid.
The lieutenant grimaces, looking at the machines.
Sounds like you don't enjoy pinball, Kim.
No, I love it. I love pinball. Who doesn't love pinball? Let's move on.
He loves it too much.
He doesn't.
What about that other one? The Franco-Nigerian ball. Want to play that?
No.
Let's move on then. Spoil sport.
This small elevator is dimly lit by a bulb that's been glowing for ages. The latticed cage is open, inviting you to step inside.
Look in.
Smells of nougat and sweat. Your head brushes up against the ceiling. There is a control panel to your right, and just enough room for 2 people to fit in. The maintenance card on
Close to
the
Kim.
control panel reads, Last maintenance, 10th July, 88.
Look at the elevator controls.
There are large rectangular buttons, monter, descend, and an international call for emergency assistance. That third one appears to be broken.
Wonderful. It says the last maintenance was in 88.
It does. I say, let's brave it.
This elevator was last maintained in the future?
No, it was maintained in 88 of the previous century.
Oh lordy. So it's not a message from the future.
No, I think the bureaucrats just forgot about this backroom elevator after the revolution.
Wonder what this elevator was used for.
Seems like a small freight elevator for transporting machinery. For that, it's pretty quaint.
Close the doors and go up. Small windows taped shut with black plastic. You can't see outside. Boxes of tools and replacement parts line the shelves. Schematics for a pinball machine, futurism themed. And there's Classia's room. We're right next door to it. Oh, Pinball Maker's Code improves empathy and hand-eye coordination. Those are things I might consider. Actually. It's also a nice coat, which covers up the fact that I'm not wearing pants. You know, in case I want any modicum of respect. The pinball machine has been taken apart and gutted.
This is where they brought 40 pinball machines to fix them up. A long time ago. Everything is covered with dust now. The lieutenant looks around the dusty, crowded room, inspecting the tools on the shelf.
Looks like they gave up on fixing the pinball machines at some point.
At some point, 20 years ago, 15 maybe, before pinball went out of vogue.
This used to be a pinball workshop.
Looks like it. I'm guessing Martinez North 22 used to be a pinball arcade before it became a hostel. There are machines left over.
A creak. Some dust falls off a shelf.
Downstairs in the hall, next to the main door. One of them even works. I've seen one of the Hardies bang away at it.
Interesting.
Remember the dice maker? Then that means...
Whirling in Rags was once the East Delta Pinball Arcade. This is all left over from that.
Ah, yes. As the novelty dice makers said, this has absolutely nothing to do with the case, I'm sure. But I do like a nice little connection.
That's because you're the best, Kim.
But then it went bankrupt. Your skin crawls from making the connection.
Could this mean the Whirling in Rags really is part of the doomed commercial area?
If that's true, then our cafeteria manager is not going to like it. We should tell him what we found up here, omitting that suspicion.
Yeah, that's fair.
He does not appear to be the kind of man who likes his establishment to be part of a neighborhood ghost story about bankruptcy.
It's not a ghost story. It's a curse, and Gart ought to be made knowledgeable so he can perform counterspells.
Counterspells. Gart does not seem the type. Footprints?
clearly see footprints in the downy carpet of dust covering the workshop floor.
Footprints as of someone perhaps using this as a back door to get to Classier's room to shoot somebody?
Jackpot. These, unlike everything else here, are new.
Someone's been here within the last week or two.
3 weeks maximum from the dust coverage. It could easily have been 1 week too. You know, officer.
This is good. He likes it. There's a little smile there, in the dark of the workshop.
We made Kim smile. This is the best day ever.
This isn't bad at all. It was a good idea to see where that door leads. Commendable work bringing us to this place.
Heck yeah. Okay, what does this mean?
It means someone snuck through what seems like a secret route leading to the roof. The roof from where you can shoot our victim.
Yeah.
This is significant. This prints, officer, could be the prints of our killer. And if not, at least there are good argument for this Ruby doing it, to present to Titus.
Let's have a closer look then. Study the footprints.
Prints, most likely made by boots. The size is hard to determine. Sole could be bigger than vamp. The soles have left the pattern, uniform, horizontal lines.
This doesn't look like the odd-soled print we found at the hanging, Kim.
The size looks about the same, actually. They're not the same shoe, but they could be the same person.
That's fair.
I wouldn't rule out Ruby coming here yet. This isn't an argument against her. People change shoes, you know? But it's not an argument for her either.
This doesn't look like the worker's boots from the hanging, does it? Abel, hello! 25 months? Good lord. I haven't seen you around for a while, so thank you for keeping up the subscription. It is massively, massively appreciated. And also, I do appreciate the little bit of Scala code just to remind us. I've missed you too. God, it's been months since I've seen you. It's awesome to have you back around. Doesn't look like the worker's boots from the hanging, does it?
No. These little horizontal lines are different. They look custom made to me. Or some kind of foreign print. Hard to say.
Yo, nice, Abel. Will this be your first time in Canada? Oh, so English is still an official language, but you're going to hear a lot of French, so good luck.
Everything around you is quiet. The prints crisscross the workshop floor.
Look, English is still an official language. It's an official language of the whole country. Okay, you'll be there for work, so you'll have people to translate for you if it comes to that. But that's really awesome. There's a tiny hole in the wall. You see a bedroom on the other side.
You can almost see the shape of a man and a woman writhing inside, bathed in drug sweat and dirty linens. Bottles lie around everywhere.
I think I can see into Classier's bedroom from here.
You can barely see through. Better not to jump to sensationalist conclusions here. The footprints on the floor, however, definitely suspicious.
Boring footprints. I want to jump to sensationalist conclusions.
What were those people doing in there?
You lean closer to the peephole instinctively. I bet they're doing something quite unnatural there. Sensationally unnatural.
Finish the thought. So now I've got 2 points to spend if and when I need them. Wait, do I? I thought I had 2 points. I've only got 1 point apparently. Heck, I thought I had 2 points. Oh well. Still good. And I should be able to get through this door now from this side.
This is the barred door you tried to kick in before.
Lightly punch the door once more, just in case.
The door shudders a bit, as though it were laughing at you.
So what's on the other
Unless
side?
we veered off into a folded M dimension, I'm expecting to step out on the roof. We could ask Class about this route. See how she reacts.
Yeah.
Yes, it is quite likely that we will re-emerge on the M plane. Brace for psychokinetic impact.
Wait, can I heal again?
The door
No,
shines
okay, only once.
as though it were laughing at you.
Unbar the door. So, what do you think about this route, Miss
I was
Disco
just
Dancer?
thinking, what a nice day for questions pertaining to a murder investigation.
Wait, just
Yeah.
personal questions?
Or just one room away. Very personal. Funky.
Okay, so I can't actually ask her anything about that. I'm surprised. But still, that is a big step in the right direction. That is progress, boys and girls. I'm very excited. We've done a lot today. Frequently in one of these episodes, very little actually happens, which is always frustrating. Today was not one of those days. And we've still got time left to get across the river, maybe. But I can also talk to Titus and present him a more believable theory of how Ruby did it.
What is it?
I do try to be, Summer. So my chances are still not good on account of my brain still doesn't do the working. But I'm still gonna try it.
Oh no, he's stuck again. Please, someone, just animate him. I've got nothing. Get a move on, asshole. Stop standing with your dick in your hand.
Thanks, guys. Let's get moving again. Sure, Abel. Have a good one. Chat, I'm still not very good at braining. I'm sorry to tell you this, but Harry may be a bit of an idiot. I may, but Harry sure as heck doesn't. Oh? Can't speak to these guys, which is a bit of a surprise.
A rusting control panel with loose wires dangling out from the hole where an indicator light used to be.
They fixed the thing.
Lever sitting in the middle.
Pull the lever again.
Grab the handle and pull the lever up. As soon as the metal connects against
A
the
pig! So cute.
hear a loud.
Also you, Summer.
Then the water lock starts moving.
I did, Summer. It means if I hit objects, I heal 1 damage. Which is why I punched the door earlier. And when trying to break things, I get a boost.
Okay, if we ever need to get to the coast, then this is the way. But please, contain your wanderlust for now. I don't want us to get sidetracked, not with everything that's going on.
Focus on one thing. Achieve it, then the next, he thinks. That's the task chain.
Yeah, but the thing is, we do need to get across. For reasons I know, but also for story reasons. We need to check where the shot could have come from. The radio relay hums with electricity. That's not a suitcase. Okay, that's a thing, but I can't interact with it. A breaker box to power the radio pylon above you. Maybe there's something inside? There is. There was a few cents. Nikki, also cute, will also snuggle. A creaking ahead, a broken axle grinding. Well, we found the hooligan. Oh, a banged up fuel canister. Yeah, I'll definitely take that. That's worth money. A bottle drained of all its booze is frozen to the ice.
This is it. The scene of the party. The fire pit. Cigarettes and empty bottles all evidence it.
Hold up. Don't you mean scene of the crime?
Not as such. I'm talking about what came after the party scene.
Yeah, sure does look like a lot of folks partied here.
Looks like they were here a while. Judging from all the bottles, the sunken motor carriage provided them a focal point. Like a goose ice sculpture or a chocolate fountain.
What is it? A goose ice sculpture? I guess that's a thing. Hey, Kim. Looks like we've had a couple of partygoers here.
Looks like it.
Looks like they had a great time laughing here.
Hey, let's keep moving, detective.
Oh.
Somehow, he doesn't want to dwell on it.
Interesting. I mean, I know why. But Harry doesn't yet. Oh. The ice just off the coast crackles, shifting.
Banged up motor carriage lies half submerged in the icy water, slowly sinking into the Insulindian Ocean. Only the cabin top, rear wheels, and the engine remain visible. It must be cold and lonely down there, in the icy water.
Nobu is correct.
The seawater has already started to corrode the metalworks.
So this is where all the tracks were leading to.
It appears to be so.
The lieutenant has a peculiar look in his eye as he inspects the carriage. The wreckage. Let's investigate.
We should definitely investigate.
You get a sudden, sinking feeling. Stomach acid comes up as you look at the motor carriage in the deep, dark, cold water.
Run your hand over the cold
The
metal.
motor carriage is properly stuck in the ice. Getting it out would require a team of specialists. A single day in the salty seawater would ruin most vehicles, but this one looks worn even in places the salt water hasn't touched it.
Okay, so poorly maintained as well.
Rust, moss, and sea life have already claimed it for themselves and initiated a slow decomposition process.
What is the make of this MC? Can I see a logo?
The logo is too deep in the murky water. You can't make it out, but you do see a monkfish float by.
That's good enough. How long has it been here?
The ice hasn't closed around the vehicle yet. My guess is it's been here since last Saturday or Sunday.
Well, well, well. Looks like Jacob Ur's journey came to an abrupt end here.
Your mocking tone finds no response, but the motion of the waves.
Did you say something, Lieutenant?
I did not. But I'd say it has been here since last Saturday or Sunday.
What should we do?
Let's wait for the low tide and see what's inside.
How long will it take for the low tide to come in?
I don't know. An hour or two, tops?
This is the best scene in the game, everybody. Sit on the swing and wait for the tide to recede.
As you sit down in the old, rusty playground, the world around you becomes very silent. The hinges creak under your weight, dangerously so. Nothing but the sound of seagulls high above in the sky, echoing like distant laughter. Ice cracks around the blue motor carriage in the sea.
Hold on, it looks very blue.
Yes, it does.
What's your favorite blue thing?
Let me think about it.
Whistle a tune.
Spit flies from your mouth, to your moustache, your chest, the ground before you. No sound, though.
Raining heavily here, Chief. Mind keeping it down a bit?
The necktie is angry because I spat on it trying to whistle.
It's rather funny. He smiles and quickly turns away.
I would like to see you try in this bloody wind.
With his lips puckered, the lieutenant lets out a beautiful, melodic trill that puts even the insulindic thrush to shame.
Kim has a beautiful whistle. I succeeded last time, so I didn't know about this. And it healed my morale? This game is amazing. No, Summer, I changed Buttspot to say taint. It is what Chester requested.
You hear the sound echo on the large body of water. Clouds race across the spring sky, and suddenly you just feel better about everything.
And I don't think there's a way to set multiple words. If you could, that'd be great.
The clouds pass in the sky, and the shadow of the swing moves like the hour hand on a timepiece. 30 minutes have passed.
Thank you for the doots, Nikki. So is your dad also, you know...
I'm pretty sure I told you already, didn't I? My dad and mom are both half Seolite.
I don't know who my mom or my dad was.
Clouds on the horizon grow darker, and the shadow of the swing set keeps climbing. You hear the distant rumble of the city. 30 minutes pass.
Oh yeah, it's all coming together.
It is Summer. It's the best scene. All I'm saying is, I'm surprised people's skin color varies so drastically.
Now there are two of them.
2 detectives? Impossible.
Once again, differences in skin color are the result of melanin production, liver functions, regional adaptation.
Oh, yeah.
Hello, Lime.
Your voice echoes on the water, strange and out of place in the environment. 30 more minutes pass.
Can you make out the mark now? Oh, is that a number on the side?
Yes, 41. What do you think it stands for?
Nikki is cute. Oh god, no.
I'm sorry, Harry. I'm so sorry.
41. Precinct 41. A massive pit opens up in your stomach, and the most terrible feeling comes over you. You feel like you're about to faint and fall off the swing. Your hands get clammy, and the
Kim is
air
so sweet.
sour to breathe. Oh God, Harry. Oh God, Harry. What did you do?
I ramped my car over the lock and crashed it into the ice. You know, like a superstar would.
No. Just nope. Say no to this, Harry.
My god, it's mine! I drove my car into the sea?
I'm afraid so, yes. It looks like you drove your police motor carriage into the sea after you jumped across the canal.
They're not going to take me back after this, are they?
People are more valuable than machines. Training a police officer is even more costly.
People, yes, but not you.
The badge, the gun, and now
The
this?
lieutenant adjusts his glasses and doesn't say anything.
Because he's kind.
There is also a fourth thing you've lost.
A 4th thing?
More precious than the gun, the badge, and the motor carriage combined. Lost forever into the deepest of seas.
How do we get it out?
Detective, we don't. A rescue operation really isn't viable at this point.
Well, at least I can see what's in there now.
Yes, let's go take a look.
Well, I found the traffic hooligan, everyone. I hope you're satisfied. I got my badge. And I got a commander's jacket. Which improves my visual calculus. Which will be super helpful. Because Once again, brain no worky.
A police badge on which you see the photo of a man. You. Some seaweed is stuck to the back.
I found my badge, Kim!
At least something good came out of all this.
Study the badge.
Placed between two durable plastic sheets is a bluish card with lines of information and a watermark in the shape of the street grid of Revachol West. You see a photo, a name, a rank, a document number, the date of issue, and, in the lower right corner, your precinct.
Look at the photo.
The man keeps winking at you with his green-grey eyes. The photo is old, no doubt about that. Good choice. A newer photo would look different.
Would look miserable. How old?
Maybe 10 years. The guy in the picture is rather good looking. He's got a nice haircut and is distinctly lacking in massive sideburns.
Massive sideburns are my only distinguishing feature. And he's winking. Why?
What do you think? His face is already contorted by the expression.
Oh.
It looks less grotesque on him than it did on you. It looks like you had quite the charming face way back then. Your hair is brown and slightly curly. Your eyes seem more clear somehow. Don't be fooled. The bad times have already begun. The badge in your hand shines as you rotate it, catching light. You see lines of information on it.
Name?
A shining watermark.
Name Harrier Dubois.
Harrier? That's long for Harry. So you are Harry. Evrard was half right. Probably not a lot of people know your full name. Whoever told him you're Harry Dubois didn't.
Wait, what kind of name is Harrier?
It's a wartime name. Revolutionary. The kind mothers give their sons during troubled times. Like Undying or Boxer or Ironhide.
Honestly, I do like Harrier as a name in this game.
It's meant to keep you safe. From bullets, hunger, shrapnel, kidnappings, and worse.
Harrier Dubois it is then.
Pleased to make your acquaintance, Harrier Dubois.
He's not going to call you Harrier. He'll keep calling you officer when he's angry with you, and detective when he's not.
That's fine. That's what makes Kim Kim.
The badge in your hands shines as you rotate it, catching light. You see lines of information.
Rank?
Lieutenant W. Freighter.
What's Lieutenant W. Freighter?
The lieutenant is a rank above sergeant and below captain. It's the highest rank in the RCM that still does field work. I am a lieutenant.
And W. Freighter?
The title of Freighter is added to your rank when you decline a promotion to a higher rank. In your case, captain. You have declined twice, thus you're W. Freighter.
Declined?
There are many reasons one would do this. The rank above you in your precinct's décomptage might be taken, or sometimes promoted officers do not want to replace their superiors out of respect. And sometimes they just prefer the type of police work available to their current rank, in your case, lieutenant.
Also, you don't want to be subject to the Peter principle, where people get promoted to the level of their own incompetence.
Heavy-duty case-solving machine.
I thought my rank was drunk.
Yes, apparently you've had a rather successful career in the past, and this leads me to believe maybe your current situation is only temporary.
Thanks. That gives me hope.
Good.
Turn back to the document.
Such a small yet precious thing. Expensive paper caught between thick plastic, like a fly in amber. It reads...
Serial. Rev 126205 Jam 41.
That's just the serial number. Revachol, Jamrock, Precinct 41, with some numbers thrown in there for good measure.
Date of issue 7th of September 50.
4 months ago. I'm guessing that's when you were promoted to the rank of Lieutenant W. Freighter.
Makes sense.
A new badge usually comes with a new rank. You seem to have been doing well then.
That's also fair, yeah, Summer.
The pain in your chest tells you you were working yourself to death to earn that rank. The case created a lot of edge you have to take off. The death march really gets us going. A lot can happen in 4 months, especially in winter. The winters are never easy on you. Of that you are sure.
I remember that time! That was a good time. We had a good work-drink balance going. What happened, man? Pump it up!
Precinct 41?
Yes, it's the designation of your precinct. 41, like mine says 57. The 57th is mostly industrial harbor, a lot of asphalt. The 41st is...
He stops. What?
It's a tough station to work in. You have all of Jamrock to cover. That district should have 3 precincts, but money is what it is.
Ah.
It's no wonder you are like you are, he thinks. But then again, it's a legendary district, and a hell of a station too. It must be an honor and a curse to work with people like Price, McCoy, Berdiayeva.
I don't know any of those names.
He knew all those people, although they're not from his station. They must be big.
Well, I didn't know them. What does that say about me?
Is it an honor to work with you? Don't ask him. Ask yourself.
Not yet. It's an honor to work with him, and maybe one day I can earn being better.
The badge in your hand shines as you rotate it, catching light. You see lines of information on it, and a shining watermark.
Put the badge away. Wait, I can look at this?
The bullet is safely sealed away in a plastic...
I didn't know I could look at this bullet.
RCM stamp. Kim has filled out the label on the bag with the item number, case number, and date and location the bullet was found.
Oh no, Summer, that's the worst. Oh lordy. 2 weeks of holiday always makes you never want to go back. Good luck.
Beside his orderly handwriting, the bullet looks especially sad, like a tiny, shriveled head of cauliflower.
What do I do with you, Bullet?
What?
I said, what do I do with you, Bullet?
Well, if I was the bullet, which I'm not, I would say find the weapon that shot me.
Oh, good idea.
If we find who owns it, we will have likely found who used it, possibly to kill our victim. In conclusion, the more we know about this bullet of yours, the better.
Feel the bullet through the bag.
The squashed bullet has some sharp edges where the jacket has split open. It feels cold, even through the bag.
Inspect the bullet closer.
The jacket of the bullet is made of a yellowish metal. It has blossomed out to reveal a dark grey core. The base of the bullet is close to 5 millimeters in diameter.
Yeah, Summer, that's a mood.
You can just about make out a few striations near the base of the bullet. Little hairlines, linear. It feels standard.
And the core?
It's quite destroyed. Some of the fragments are still lodged in the wound.
What can you say about the bullet so far?
It's a jacketed bullet close to 5 millimeters in diameter.
A jacketed bullet. Okay. It would have been shot from a military-grade breech-loading rifle, not from a muzzleloader like those typically found on the streets of Martinez.
So more of a war weapon.
We were right. This came from a serious weapon.
Even the RCM uses ordinary unjacketed conical bullets. This is strange. Very strange. I like this, officer. Strange means unique. Unique means incriminating. We need to find the gun that shot it.
Yeah.
Something tells you that won't be any time soon. This'll have to be one of those epic tasks that's open for a while.
I do like that the game tells you when a task is like that this is not something you should pursue, but something that will happen later. Try to determine what type of weapon shot this. 83% chance. I have a familiar rifle on hand. I'm aware of the name of the antique rifle that I found. I have a point. I'm going to boost my hand-eye coordination for this. Which gets me to 92%. And yes, I'm also going to let chat help to improve my motorics. Let's make this a 97% chance. Or like an 83% chance if someone decides to be mean. We'll see. Did you have a good time, Summer? I'm so glad. Heck yes.
Revolutionary period. Your bullet looks to be an old 4.46mm from the surplus left over from the turn of the century. Probably an antique or a retrofitted antique.
Make?
The 4.46 caliber was widely used with the Belmargrave rifle, a Revacholian manufacturer. The BM dominated the battlefields of the Insulindian theatre of the anti-centennial revolution 50 years ago. Incidentally, you have just such a rifle with you, the dusty old thing you found hidden in the basement below the commercial area. It's unusable, sadly. If it were, the bullet would probably fit the chamber.
Is anyone still making these rifles? Summer, that's an incredibly kind thing to say. But also, I'm glad to have made you feel better. Also you, Nikki.
No, but Zeliger, a major firearm manufacturer, ended up with a surplus after the war. So there are still a lot of these old military rifles floating around, usually broken. The quality was appalling.
Lime, how dare you, but also you. Who uses Margrave rifles these days?
Antiques enthusiasts, guerrilla fighters in distant countries, a few lucky jamrock bangers. You're looking for the same thing you found in that hidden weapons cache.
A pig! So cute.
So you, Sabs! It's illegal to say those kinds of things.
What are you thinking? Bullet?
I think I know where this came from. Dangle the bag thoughtfully.
Okay. And?
The shot probably came from a Bell Margrave rifle.
An antique. That makes sense. There can't be many breech-loading rifles floating around in Martinez, or anywhere in Ravachol, really.
Why not?
Sure, there's some arms trafficking, but the laws prohibiting the use of breech loaders we inherited from the monarchy have been effective, from what I've seen. Some new RCM recruits get impatient with their muzzle loaders once they've trained with military-grade weapons, but they realize it's worth it in the end.
Makes you consider every shot. I like it.
Imagine if everyone, cops, citizens, had access to firearms that could shoot multiple rounds without pausing to reload. After the first shot, the second, third, and so on come much easier.
Wow, this definitely isn't a timely comment on certain things that are happening in certain parts of the world.
But back to the investigation.
Seems like we're looking for an antiques enthusiast.
Doesn't seem that likely, but we'll check out all possible leads. Next step, finding the gun itself.
The bullet has nothing more to say. Heck yes, I made progress. Footprints in the snow. They lead away from the accident. The underside of the boat has recently been tarred. I remember this area. And the nice people who live here. Who Everard wants to oust from their own homes. Because he sucks. Quick travel unlocked. Thank you. This is very useful, actually. A wetting stone, well worn and covered in rust. White curtains have been drawn shut. No looking in. I will do that, Summer. But first time I steal somebody's money. Construction material. Whoever planned to build this house left in a hurry. Oh, wait. I can do this first. Cinder blocks, charred. A makeshift fire pit with magazines for lighting. Bench?
The worn and beaten wooden planks of the bench do not look overly comforting.
We can sit on benches after we've solved the murder. Let's go.
You know what, valid, Kim. We did sit on swings after all. Sounds of life in the north. A washboard scrubs filth from fabric. You see dust-covered linens, dried tulips on a bed. I'm not going to wear the pants, but I'll take the pants. I think that at least is fair. Through the broken glass, dusty shelves and a forgotten chair. Oh wait, you can go inside there? I don't know if I ever went inside here. Postcard, Coal City. A cold breeze is enough to make the wall planks creak. Oh. Oh no, this is important. I just got a very dramatic bow tie. Now the necktie gives me Inland Empire. But I can wear a very dramatic bow tie. If I want to be more dramatic. This is good to know. You see a dark red chair in the dim light of the room. Okay. Wait. Will I see something else if I actually bother to use my flashlight? I mean, probably not, but this game gets interesting sometimes. I do not. Okay, that is what I expected. Man, Summer, what is that a reference to? I recognize that that's a reference to something, but I'm not quite getting it. I can't look at the boat, Summer. Blackbird, that's it. A song I don't actually know, but I've heard in other things. You can't see into the house from this angle. Well, heck. It's locked tight. Also, heck. The woman next to a bucket of clothes hums an odd melody. Her eyes are closed.
Welcome to the fishing village. Please lean in closer. I have cataracts.
Then how does she know you're here?
She has cataracts. It doesn't mean she's completely blind. Lean forward.
Oh, welcome, police officer. We don't cause any trouble around here. And we don't want any trouble either.
Yeah, I don't want any trouble either. I literally just want to investigate something, and I suspect I may find some useful things here.
We are not here to cause any trouble, madame.
What he said. We're cops. We don't cause trouble, we take care of trouble.
Oh, of course. Last time we saw you around here was 12 years ago. You also came to take care of trouble then. Wish you did. But still, in Martinez, you're considered an ill omen.
If I'm considered an ill omen, why hasn't anyone told me that?
Maybe they are afraid.
Why?
Because you're an ill omen.
That's valid.
You're still welcome here, as long as men with guns aren't chasing you.
They're not,
And
surprisingly.
maybe even then, because that's the kind of fishing village we've built. I'm sorry there's not a lot of room to park the motor carriage, and not a lot of houses, or a lot of people. My kids are long gone, searching for treasure. So are others.
That's genuinely sad.
Ah, look at me ramble on. What brings you to us?
Did someone stay around here? Especially if someone were incredibly poor.
Stay? Most people here are trying to leave. That said, if lodgings is what you're looking for, I've got a free room in the shack.
How much is it?
I won't charge you for it. Take it as a gesture of goodwill from the village to the RCM.
There's a guy, Clarence, who makes me give him money every night just so I don't die out in the cold.
That's exactly how we get ya. That's why we built our own cinder block houses on the seaside.
Ah.
So we don't have to give money to those crooks. We might not look like much, but they are ours.
That's interesting. A little bit of backstory I didn't get before. You got yourself a tenant. Get keys to your new home.
Don't make an old woman regret opening her house to the police.
I won't.
Well, if you are not in the hostel in the morning, I'll know where to find you. Here, in a shack.
Look, Kim, I'm poor. I'm sorry that I'm poor, but I'm poor.
He's a little relieved you're no longer in that room.
Oh, that's even worse. What's in this fishing village?
Just us. It's barely a village anymore. We almost don't exist.
What do you mean?
This is pretty much a non-place. A gap. A blank spot on the map. Just a cluster of nameless shacks on a nameless street.
And you know what, Summer? Kim recognizes that. Kim is happy Harry is trying, and happy Harry is getting better. Who else lives in this village?
Well, there's Lillian and her kids. A few new folks live in the house to the east.
Yes, Summer?
But they are away right now.
Sure, I can do that. Tell me if that's a little bit better.
And then there's the drunks. Not a pretty sight, but there's little we can do about it. Home is home, even for them.
Who? What drunks?
Sooner or later, you'll see for yourself. Don't have to look long to find these guys.
Alright, there's another topic I'd like to address.
She nods, rinsing another piece of cloth.
What's further down the coast?
Not much. There's the abandoned church, the DeLorean Church of Humanity. It's been there since before my time, even.
Why is it abandoned?
Some things just don't fly, officer. Look around. Who'd go to church here? They built it 300 years ago. Must have been nicer then.
That seems fair.
So, they don't hold services there anymore? The Ecclesiastes?
No, we've tried, but things just keep happening. Crime, accidents, other things. The place never stays open. It's a pity. It used to be such a nice church.
She's not telling you all she knows. Keep her talking.
I get the feeling you're leaving stuff out. What else is going on?
Well, there's that music. Music from across the sea. It started a few days ago, and now it's blasting, even through the night. And now, suspicious-looking people are sneaking around the church. I don't like that.
What else is down coast?
Before you get to the church, there's some ruins, an apartment complex, or some kind of electrical plant. Run-down bunch of houses, empty.
Anything else of note?
Of note? The old fish market up on the boardwalk, but it's closed.
Who'd want to come to a fish market here?
No one. That's why it's closed.
Fair.
It was once a bustling place, back when I was young, and so was everyone else. Now, what catch we do bring in goes straight into a lorry for the Delta or somewhere else.
There's got to be more along the coast.
What? You're one of those real estate people with big plans? If you want a development opportunity, you can check out the abandoned building over at Land's End.
Sounds like a place to look.
Used to be a supply depot, we think, sending goods and ammo across the bay. It's jam shut though. We tried to get in, see if there was anything to sell or scavenge, but it's impossible. And now you know everything there is to know about this coast.
He drops a bar of soap into the bucket with a splash. Okay. We're a little bit past my normal finishing time, so I'm going to save there. We made so much progress today, which I'm very pleased with. Yeah, I'm going to pause there for now. I've saved, and we will come back to this next week, Sunday. Thank you all so much for joining me. This was an incredibly fun stream for me. I hope you all had fun. We are going to be raiding Cahill, who is doing a 12-hour stream. Thank you, Chester. Thank you, Lude. Yeah, as I said, thank you for joining me. Chester, are we carrying that on from earlier? I mean, we can. I'm not going to complain. But that's our raid message. Yeah, thank you all for being here. I should be streaming again on Wednesday, where I will be continuing with Xenoblade Chronicles 2, unless there's also a chance that instead of doing that, I'm going to be playing some multiplayer games with Alphonse, who's got another 12-hour stream on Wednesday and one on Monday. Alphonse is definitely worth checking out. And yeah, I will see you all around then. I hope you have a lovely evening, or whatever time zone it is for you. I hope you stay cute. And thank you, Chester. I hope to. Taint is cute. Thank you, Buttspot. What a way to end stream. Oh, perfect. You know, I've got a new raid message. That's the raid message now. I'll see you all around. Have a good one. Ciao.